Is that a good latte?
It's good, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Right.
more like your cup. You got merch as well.
Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet.
There's a expansion. Of your
Yeah,
business
yeah,
plan.
we're thinking about it. But the thing is, like, I'm not gonna do paid merch at the start, and so we're still like under 500 followers on Instagram, right?
Yep.
So once we hit that mark, then it's going to be free merch for a bit, and then we start selling it.
Yeah, cool.
So it's gonna be like the first 500 type of thing, where we give out mugs, we give out shirts. So I'm designing shirts right now.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, appreciate
Awesome.
it.
That's cool.
But yeah, we see where we take it from there. About after I come back from the Middle East,
Yeah, cool.
it's gonna be a wild ride.
Nice.
But now that we're here,
Are we on?
we've been on.
Oh, perfect. Happy days.
How you? That got real fucked up real quick.
That's a great way to start, man.
It is a terrible way to start. But we're in the studio. It's very toasty. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming along, man. Thank you for agreeing to doing this. It's been long overdue, as we just said right now. I've been having you on my list for quite some while. But now, it seems like it's a perfect time. As soon as I walked in, you pointed out the shirt. You know, right from the get-go, we have something to agree on.
That's it, man. That's if I remember, I reckon that's the 2018 Champions League.
That is the 2018 Champions League.
Yeah.
That's a corner taken quickly shirt.
What's that?
That's a corner taken quickly shirt.
Yeah. That's it. You're a Liverpool supporter. I didn't actually know this before we got in here.
Yeah, no. I've been a Liverpool supporter as far as I can remember, because
Awesome.
when you're in the Middle East, you're surrounded by football.
Of course.
My uncle was a Calcio fan. He was a Juventus fan,
Right.
but he ended up watching the 2005 final, if you remember.
Yeah. Of
Or
course.
was it 2005 or 2000? He probably watched both, but I wasn't old enough to be conscious to remember the 2005.
It was my birthday.
2005.
Yeah. 3-3 Milan. That one.
Whoa, yeah.
That was my birthday, man.
Well, you were born 2005.
No. As in,
Oh.
like, I was born 25th of May. I was born in 2005. Far out. I'm not doing well for born in 2005. Right? That's some bad genetics, huh?
You're just having a talk about your kids and all of that. 23rd of May.
25th.
25th.
Yeah.
That
I think it was
yeah.
actually 26th in Australia, but 25th was the date the game was played on. So,
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
Would have been. That was
yeah.
a crazy final, bro.
Unbelievable, man.
That was insane.
Unbelievable.
They didn't even know they could pull it off.
I don't think so. Hey. I still, like, I've only watched the game back actually quite recently, like probably like a year or two. I think during COVID, like when there was nothing to do, right?
Yeah.
I flicked on the highlights watching it. I was like, do you know how good that Milan team is? Every single player, world class. Like, absolutely well. And we had Jimmy Traore, man.
To the bench.
And we had Barros, and we had Kuhl on one leg.
Yeah.
Like, Kuhl is my guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's my, that's why I started supporting Liverpool.
Cool.
Yeah,
He's a great guy.
man.
A great player.
I think like a younger generation of Australian football fan does not appreciate how good Kuhl was, man. He won the under-23 player of the year.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
when he was at Leeds. Man,
Wow.
he was mega.
Yeah,
So
he was
when
pretty good.
you think about who's won that, like, you know, in recent times, like Trent,
Mm.
I think Kane won it, you know, in his time. Rooney, like
Ali.
that's the hey,
Ali.
Dele Alli, yeah, that's a bad one. But that's how good Kuhl was.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
No, he's a machine.
Yeah.
He's a very good player. Every time I watch him, he's electrifying. Bro.
Yeah.
He's the thing about him. He's tall, but he's quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Strong.
He's rapid.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we had a very good team. But I'll tell you what. Every time I talk to my uncle about it, even the players that probably know it, they could replay that game 10 million times.
Yeah.
We would still lose.
Yeah.
That was the only time we would ever win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of have you seen that Doctor Strange scene from the Endgame movie
No.
or the Infinity War? There is no other way.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. There's no way they replay that game anytime. We're losing.
for sure.
We're losing.
It also, I reckon, ends the who's better, Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes argument. Because, like, could Lampard and Scholes do what Gerrard did? No chance, bro. No chance.
Them
I'm
Chelsea
so
fans think
biased,
they do.
but yeah. But Gerrard, like, yeah, oh, what a player, man! Like, just everything, can do everything on a pitch, huh?
Well, the thing with Gerrard is he's different to Lampard and Scholes. He's actually a goal-scoring machine as a midfielder,
True.
right? You don't see that with Scholes.
Yeah.
He doesn't score that much.
No.
With Lampard, maybe he does, but not as much as Gerrard. And I think he's not as a complete player as Gerrard.
Yeah.
So, You get Scholes, he's a little bit more drop back midfielder. You got Lambert, that's more a push up midfielder.
Yeah.
Gerrard is right in the middle,
Yeah.
and he gets the best of both worlds.
That's it.
He's just so good.
And people forget as well, Gerrard, I'm pretty sure like at some point in his young career at Liverpool, he played right fullback for a bit.
Did he?
Playing right fullback, playing right wing, playing second striker, was playing centre mid, was playing defensive mid. Like, he could play anywhere, man. That's just like, that's how good he was.
So he kind of put like a Giroud.
Like a Giroud.
Yeah. You see Giroud 2 weeks ago?
Did he playing goals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the photos of that, but I didn't see the footage.
No, actually, did good.
Yeah?
Yeah, he
That's
made a save.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he got him like 3 points.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
He's at Milan, right?
He is, I mean,
What a player, man.
I
Like,
know.
he's been around for so long.
Yeah, he doesn't get that much appreciation.
He's the all-time leading scorer for France, I think.
He is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like
That's insane.
when you consider the players that have, particularly in the last 20, 30 years, how good France have been.
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
Saw a photo of Ribéry and Henry and Nasri the other day, all in the same shirt. They all played together.
Yeah, right.
Some guy just commented, imagine these 3 players playing for France and Giroud end up being the top scorer of all time.
This is true.
Yeah.
And then you throw like Anelka and Trezeguet in there.
And El Trezeguet.
Yeah, like the list goes on and on.
I
There's
never
so
liked
many-
Trezeguet
Don't like Trezeguet?
No.
Why?
because he was shit on FIFA.
I feel like that's the modern way of all players are judged. Like, oh, you always shit on FIFA, bro, so you're no good. I'm like, that's pretty good. Yeah, the one that always gets me is R9 Ronaldo.
R9.
So in my work, I work with lots of younger guys and girls and all football fans, and they're always like, oh, Messi this, or Ronaldo this. And I'm just like this old guy sitting there going like, you know, kids. Like R9, man, R9. If the knees didn't go, that guy, like, that was one of the main, like 98 World Cup was one of the main things where I fell in love with football. And R9 was just like on fire. Like, he's doing the step overs, he's finishing from everywhere. Like, it's just
For a guy his size.
Oh, it's a huge unit, man.
Yeah.
And he could run like the wind. He could finish. He could dribble everyone. Like,
Yeah, he's crazy.
it's crazy. I don't think in modern football he would work in some ways because like they're so systematic in the way they play. But he was so sort of, that whole team was individuals. Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, that sort of thing. But like, in collectively they were so good together. They figured it out together as well. So
Call me crazy, but I think the closest thing Brazil have right now to R9, play style wise, is probably Gabriel Jesus.
yeah,
The
yeah,
way-
yeah. I
'cause
see the comparison. Yeah,
Dude, the only player that I saw the Argentina Brazil match the other day, the only player that I've seen that actually dribbles, because when you're dribbling, you're supposed to dribble towards goal. Anything apart from that is not actually dribbling,
Yeah.
right? He's the only player that dribbles with intention.
Yep.
He goes towards goal. He doesn't fuck around.
yeah.
Right? He takes on one player, 2 players,
Yeah,
gets the ball lost, doesn't matter, tries it again.
yeah.
Right? Because that's actual dribbling.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that Ronaldo used to do.
Yep.
When he's dribbling towards goal.
Yeah.
And you know that he's going to score because he knows how to do it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. True.
And he's so quick with it.
Yeah.
Maybe the closest thing they had after Ronaldo was Ronaldinho.
Yeah, Ronaldinho, man, it's just
But Ronaldinho is just he made people fall in love with the game.
for sure, man. That
Yeah.
whole era of Brazil, I reckon, did even Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and there's someone I just thought, obviously Roberto Carlos, like
Kaká?
Kaká, yeah. Kaká doesn't get the raps because of the other guys are such big names.
Well, also because he went to Real Madrid and screwed himself over afterwards.
Yeah, because he left Milan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Milan to Madrid, and then he went to US after that, I think, as well.
Yeah, Orlando City.
That's it.
Orlando,
yeah.
But no, I think he went back to AC Milan, then to Orlando City.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing with Kaká, like once he went to Real Madrid, he got really injury prone,
Yeah.
and the system didn't really suit him.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like a James Rodriguez at Real Madrid type situation.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he like had a couple more years better than James.
Yeah, and he in the So what year would he? So he would have gone to Madrid like 9, 10,
9,
11,
10, yeah.
around
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
They would have been making Champions League finals around then.
Yeah, but he didn't really suit the system to keep longevity of the team. So like
Yeah. He
2
would've
years
been
afterwards, I think.
well over 30 by then as well. Well over.
Yeah. I think he went there 2010, 2009 when
Yeah.
they had that win all white shirt with like the black straps.
The Adidas ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were legendary, bro.
Yeah.
So, just seeing the whole win with Real Madrid thing just gives me straight nostalgia when I see it.
Yeah.
Because I used to be the same sponsor when R9 used to play.
Yeah. BN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that whole
Yep.
purple silk shirt?
Yeah.
It's amazing, bro.
And because with the Beckham documentary now, what did you watch that?
No, I haven't. Is
Check it
good?
out. It's good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Good throwback.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
And he talks about the Madrid time, and you can see all the shirts then.
Yeah.
He even says, I rocked up to training and was like, what the hell, Figo, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
That were the
Zidane.
Galacticos, yeah.
That's Galacticos.
Zidane, bro.
Yeah.
Zidane.
So that's my thing, man. I respect Zidane, right?
Right.
Obviously, like, who am I to tell everyone that Zidane is not one of the best players ever? But like, I wouldn't pay to watch him. You know what I mean? I'd pay to watch there's other players I'd rather watch that person play. Like, I know Zidane is good.
Okay.
But there's other players I'd rather watch.
Well, what makes you say that though?
I don't know. Like, 98, he was amazing, right? He won that final off his own head twice, right? And the whole tournament, he was amazing. He's obviously a great player, but I'd rather watch Ronaldinho,
Okay.
or R9, or who else? Who else am I thinking of?
Juninho, maybe.
No, not Juninho. I guess with Zidane, like, I mean, he scores amazing goals, he does amazing things, but like, for like your pure like pay your money and watch type guy, like he's
Like
obviously showman. That's the
Okay,
word.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the word. He is a showman,
He is, yeah.
but it's not like in the Brazilian flashy way, which
No,
gets
yeah,
you
I
off your
get you.
seat type thing.
Yeah,
That's the thing. He's obviously, I mean, he's one of the greatest, right?
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
But even now, like, I think we've lost that part of football. The
Individuals.
whole get the ball on the wing, do a couple of tricks, do a couple of flicks type thing. Because the last guy that used to do it that frequently was Neymar,
Yeah.
right? He's the type of player that used to just fuck around with players, do rainbow flicks for no reason,
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcelo used to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
But now there's not that many. Like Luis Diaz does it for Liverpool sometimes. You know when he does that little touch.
Yeah.
But
Flicks it to himself almost.
flicks it to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, does it. But apart from that, I'm not even gonna start on that whole Anthony spin, bro. I'm not even going to comment on that.
Man, I don't. I sometimes, like I said, in my work, go out and you see kids playing football and stuff, and you see kids doing that Anthony spin. I'm like, your career will not be very long or fruitful, my friend.
It's so bizarre, man.
United is bizarre in general, man. As a Liverpool supporter,
Yeah,
that's
It got so sad to the point where, like, I don't even feel like trolling United anymore. Right?
It ruined our childhood as Liverpool supporters, that's for sure.
I swear to God. Because we had that time, but we didn't have it as bad as they have it right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, the thing is, people forget, right? We won the treble. It's a bit of a shit treble, but it's a treble, right?
It's a treble, yeah.
UEFA Cup, FA Cup, League Cup, 2001.
Yeah.
United's haven't won anything for what? Was it 5, 6 years? More, I reckon.
They haven't won anything significant.
Yeah.
Apart from the time they won the Europa with Mourinho.
Yeah.
With De Gea and Mourinho.
That would be the last one.
That would be the last one. I think afterwards they won the FA Cup. But apart from that, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, man. It's a source of a lot of enjoyment. That's for sure.
It's a lot of good content.
There's a lot of good memes. And it's funny, right? Like kids, you don't see kids these days going, I support United. Like maybe a few hanging on from Ronaldo days, but that tide has shifted a little bit, I reckon, with that. A lot of Arsenal, a lot of Liverpool, City a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I've always looked at it this way. When I talk to people, because my dad's a United fan, yeah.
Oh wow. So he'd be stoked with his son being a Liverpool supporter. Huh?
Yeah, look, man. He kind of gave up towards the years. He's like 57 right now. Whenever United's on, I go, Dad, do you want to watch the game? Nah, fuck these guys.
Give it up.
He used to watch it when it was prime time United when Rooney was just getting started.
Oh, yeah.
He remembered the Giggs times, the Scholes times.
Front three: Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney. That's
even before that.
Unreal.
Even
man.
before that, right? They used to be good.
Yeah.
And so what happened is if you talk to all the United supporters, they're gonna be around that age.
Yes, correct.
So they used to be, 20s, 19s, 30s maybe, when United was prime time.
Yep.
So if you talk to a United supporter that's like a real diehard, he's going to be in his mid-50s, mid-40s, something like that.
Yeah.
If you talk to a diehard Liverpool fan, you're going to get two types. The ones that are in their 30s, 40s, they used to watch Liverpool from back in the day. And the ones that are in their 20s, and teens that watch Liverpool right now when they picked up.
Jumped on now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And the same thing that goes on for Barcelona, Real Madrid. And so it's periods. It's periods. Whenever a team is like peaking up, someone's going to watch it, they're going to stick to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what got to my uncle when he started going for Juventus.
Yeah, that's a
wild one.
Did you get Serie A when you were in Iraq?
Yeah. Serie A was a big thing back there. So that could have been, why. But I don't know, because like if you're watching Serie A back in the day, you would go for Milan. You wouldn't go for Juventus.
Yeah, Milan or I guess Milan, Inter, Juve is pretty much the three.
Didn't pick up that much until like mid 2000s when Del Piero came in.
Yeah. And
then they got relegated, and then
they went all the way down and all the way back up. He stayed there the whole time, huh?
Yeah. Del Piero stayed there.
Credit to the guy.
Yeah, honestly, man. Imagine like carrying your team through first division, going all the way up and winning it.
Yeah, it's huge.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
They're just like pretty shit right now.
Yeah, I don't follow. Man, I barely follow. I follow Liverpool. I know what's happening there, but I don't follow any other league. So Juve dropped off Serie A completely?
Not completely. The whole bar for Serie A dropped.
Yeah.
So it's not the competitive league it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
And so if you watch it back in the day, they used to have like giants.
Oh man, 100%. 90s
every single
amazing.
Game. Yeah. Like box office.
Yeah.
They used to have Ibrahimovic versus R9. They used to have Del Piero versus Materazzi, Maldini playing next to Nesta, trying to hold off Ronaldo. Right? It used to be crazy.
Yeah.
And like you can see it, we literally played a team of megastars. Like name one player out of that team that isn't a veteran right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
But I think they got hit with financial hardships because they couldn't keep up with the rest of the leagues actually expanding. Excuse me. And then you had the whole rise of the La Liga. With Ronaldo and Messi going head to head for like 10 years. And so people just kind of tuned out and tuned into that because that's the new Ronaldo Del Piero thing that was happening. Ronaldo kind of retired. Everyone went to... They got pretty old because when Messi was in his prime, Maldini was finished.
Yeah.
But he still got held off.
Yep.
So if you watch the game, it was a 32-year-old Maldini tackling a 22-year-old Messi, and he actually pulled it off.
Yeah.
Right. But they were getting tired, and you can see it, like the whole Kaká shifting from AC Milan to Real Madrid. It just can tell you the whole story.
And the other part to it is, the Premier League and the money in the Premier League, right? When like newly promoted Premier League teams can outbid top Serie A teams for talent. Like
they really do.
100%, man.
Do.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Like those teams coming up, they're not even like mid-table Premier League. It's just like we just got promoted, and now we're going to spend all this money on. Like it's crazy, man.
It's insane. Yeah.
There's a big gap in that sort of wealth disparity, and the Premier League sort of just I think taking it to a whole other level, to be this global league that everyone knows. Everyone knows the names, everyone knows a couple of players, everyone knows who's playing who. Like just everywhere you go, everyone knows Premier League, and I think it's evidence when you see all the pre-season tours, right? Asia, America, wherever they go, it's just packed.
It's a big following.
It's huge.
Everyone follows.
Yeah.
And the international players as well.
Yeah.
So you see people flying all the way from Asia, flying all the way from the Americas to watch a certain player that plays in Europe, right? You get all these Asian fans that go for Heung-min Son. We got our fans that go for, we have a player that plays in Wimbledon, Ali Al-Hamadi. He's a Iraqi player.
Yeah.
The other day we saw...
They League One championship.
He's a League One championship.
Yeah.
But our fans fly all the way from Middle East to go watch him.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, even their own fans in Wimbledon, English fans, the other day it was Iraq versus Vietnam in Vietnam in the Asian Cup.
Yeah.
It's an English bloke flying all the way from Wimbledon to Vietnam to watch Ali Al-Hamadi. Right? It's just a League One player that's just kicking it in the Asian Cup. Right? It's dedication.
Football, man.
It's football.
Yeah.
It's football.
It's a lot of passion.
It's crazy, bro. But I think that the thing you said about the whole financial gap is a bit sad, I think. Because, like, if you get newly promoted to the Premier League, you win the championship, you make more money than a top 4 Serie A team.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
It is.
And so at this level, do you even compare the Premier League to these leagues? Or do you just happily compare La Liga, Serie A, even the German league,
yeah,
to the Bundesliga, to stuff like the first division, the EFL.
Yeah, I still think Champions League and Europa and that will still even itself out in some ways, right? Like Sevilla just win the Europa League every year, right? That's just how that's just everyone plays, and Sevilla wins at the end. That's kind of how it is. So the talent and the level of those teams is still good. It's just the depth in things like you look at facilities, man. Like you look at I haven't seen it, but I've heard and read about like Tottenham's training ground is apparently like best in class. Their stadium is amazing now. You can retract the turf and they can play NFL on it. So they're making money out of that. Like, and what are they? They won't want anything for 15 years, right? And that's how much money is in the game, and that's Tottenham, and then all the other clubs are in similar positions. So I think, as a player, right, your options used to be everywhere, right? If you're a young kid from let's say Poland, right, as an example, and you're trying to make your way in football, right, you probably go to Germany because it's close. Yeah. But now, you pretty much I want to go to Germany, but I want to play Premier League because that's the golden standard and golden ticket that everyone wants to be a part of. So it's great, but it's then you on the other side of that look at it and go, well, what if we get relegated? How you got to come up quick, because if you don't come back up quick, everyone passes you by and you're done, and you're mid-table championship, maybe even relegated to League One after that. So it's a pretty fickle game, the old the football pyramid in the UK, but they've done amazingly well to make it the global product that it is, I think, today, which is pretty cool.
Well, some people think it's screwing the game up. I
saw
a quote by, was it Cafu, I think, the other day, and he was talking about the whole demise of the Brazilian national team, and he blamed it on Brazilian players thinking that Premier League is their all in be all. Yeah. He thinks that it's making the Brazilian players too tactical, and the reason why the national team is failing so hard is because everybody just want to go to the Premier League. All these Brazilian players don't want to come up or go to the Premier League. We want to go to play English club, and he thinks that if players kind of keep an open mind about the other clubs, learn the game a little bit more, diversify their game a little bit more, they're not just going to be a second English national team, which is kind of the case right now for them. Right? And it makes sense. It does get boring. It does get boring.
What do you mean boring? I like winning Premier League, by the way, with Liverpool.
You what?
I like when Liverpool win the Premier League. That's not boring for me.
That's not boring.
It's only happened once in my life. So.
I mean, look, we played great football. Everyone likes our football because it's high-paced, high-action, pretty much rock and roll football, right? That's a crazy kind of football that didn't really exist in the Premier League until Jurgen Klopp came in, and now they're kind of trying to emulate that with other teams. But I'll get back to that. What I was trying to say, if you watch Brazilian league, and it's pretty good for Australia because the times are in the morning, and if you have nothing to do, just flick on Fluminense. Playing Santos, whatever, right? Fluminense is pretty cool. They won the Libertadores. Yeah. The game over there is so unpredictable because the tactical aspect is not really, I wouldn't say in depth. Obviously they have the whole tactics set up and whatnot, but they don't really focus on it that much. It's just kick the ball, dribble towards goal, and score.
It's not coached.
It's not coached. Players rely on their instinct more. Yeah. And so when you watch it, it's really all out, and whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Yeah. The whole Boca Juniors run to the finals. Yeah. It was terrible. I watched it. Yeah. They had no chance, right? If it wasn't for, what's his name? They had a game versus the team that they beat. It wasn't Fluminense, the team that they played on the other side. I can't remember who, but they had a chance and this motherfucker blew it. 2 counterattacks and Boca Juniors would have been done for. Yeah, right? But I just can't remember who that player is. He's a really popular player back in the day. He just had a couple of counterattacks, pushed it out wide. Boca Juniors go on the counter, one long ball, Cavani headed in, and the other Cavani's down there. Yeah, it's wild, right? Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Right? Marcelo's in Fluminense.
Marcelo, he must be 40, bro.
Yeah, but he won the cup.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah. So it's crazy. A lot of Hulk is there as well.
Hulk?
Yeah.
Bro, he must be 50.
Yeah. crazy. Yeah, it's
Hulk,
crazy.
yeah, the claim to fame of Hulk, 99 shot power on one of the PlayStation games back in the day. So everyone used to get Hulk and just shoot from
It's
everywhere.
crazy. What else? Diego Costa, I believe, still playing.
Wow.
And Boca Foto, I think that.
Man, that's just like
it's crazy.
all the old school
All the
names
old
are
school-
still
yeah,
coming
yeah,
around.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Felipe Melo still playing around
Felipe
there.
Melo, yeah, good player.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, they have good players. They had De Rossi in Boca Juniors like 2 years ago.
Who?
De Rossi.
Daniele. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Right. So
What wild that an Italian would go and play in Argentina.
Dude,
Yeah.
it fit him so good.
Yeah, because he
was
could just
capped.
slide
He
everyone.
can just slide wherever, right?
Chop
They
everyone.
don't give a shit.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
refereeing system over there is different.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, it's far too soft compared to Brazil.
Mm.
Brazil, you can bash up, you can kill a guy on the field. it's all right. Like
The
play on-
balance is probably in between somewhere, right? Premier League and Brazil.
the
in terms of
balance
refereeing.
is somewhere, right? But what I'm trying to say is, like, the game over there is so raw, right? And yes, it got affected by tactical analysis and whatnot, but they didn't take it to the level that the Premier League did. Because the Premier League is far more competitive tactically. Because now you see Pep Guardiola playing 3-4-2-1. You see Jurgen Klopp changing his Genga press and dropping inverted fullbacks.
Yeah.
Now you see Wolves actually adapting
true.
that.
They lost this morning.
They lost this morning to who?
Fulham 3-2 last minute pen, I think. Yeah.
Whoa.
And apparently another VAR or something like that. So,
I hate it so much. It's so annoying, right? Because, like, people asked for it for a very long time, but when we got it, it's just like not what we expected.
I honestly, like, being a big cricket fan as well, right? Cricket.
They have VAR in cricket.
Sorry.
They have VAR in cricket.
Well, sort of. It's like called decision review system, DRS.
Yeah.
And tennis as well. They've got it right. They do it really well. So you get 3 batting team, bowling team get 3 calls.
Yeah.
Batsman, if, like, let's say it's a caught behind, keeper says, "Yep, that's out." Umpire says, "Yep, that's out." Batsman's like, "Didn't hit it." Goes, "Yep." Goes to review. Go to review. Check it out. Actually, no edge, no worries. Bowling, you keep your review. You keep your all 3. If you get it wrong, you lose 1.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's good. And look, there's still discrepancies and there's still, human error and there's still all these things, but it just feels like simple, a more simple system, which cricket is not a simple game. There's so many intricacies compared to football where it's like, here's the ball, put it in the goal. You got 11 players, figure it out.
How does cricket work, though?
How's cricket work?
I never got it.
I don't get it, bro. I've followed my whole life. I still don't get it.
Is it like baseball, pretty much? That's such a dumb comment.
No, that's not a dumb comment. It's got bats and balls, right, and gloves, and you got to hit the ball out of the stadium.
I
So
can imagine someone watching this go, this idiot, bro. Is it like baseball?
Goodbye to the Indian audience. They've just all tuned out now. I'll try to bring them back for you.
All right,
so essentially,
India number 1.
No, they lost the World Cup final last Sunday.
Australia, wasn't it?
Australia, yeah. It hurts, bro. It hurts so much.
Are they officially the GOATs?
Australia?
Yeah.
By an absolute mile, man. 6
Really?
World Cups. now.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the next best is 2. India and someone else won 2. West Indies.
West Indies.
Yeah. So,
Whoa.
yeah, Australia goes by a mile. So, there, cricket is basically...
Where's England rank?
Where's England?
Yeah.
One day team finished almost bottom of in the World Cup.
Whoa.
So they did not do well. But they won the last World Cup in 2019.
Wow.
Which is one of the best one of the best one day games ever, or best games of cricket ever.
Really?
Yeah, they basically won. Imagine like winning. It's basically like the football equivalent of like winning a World Cup final, like in the like last minute of extra time.
Should have been Colomwani.
Should have been
Colomwani.
Yeah. So yeah, so they've dropped. But essentially, cricket is there's 3 formats now as well, right? So
Wow.
it makes it very complicated. So you have Test match, which is like the classic 5 days. Everyone wears white clothes. You got to bowl the other team out twice, and you win.
Okay.
One day cricket is 50 overs. So you play in one day. Each team gets 50 overs, and then team bats first, and then you got to chase the score down, or other team's got to bowl you out to win. And there's T20 cricket, which is kind of like the newest form of cricket. So 20 overs, and basically that's like baseball because you just slog.
Yeah.
So you only got 20 overs. You just got to go for it and try to hit as many as you can. So the way of the world and the way I guess it's going, you know, T20 cricket is sort of coming up in prominence and stature.
Is it because it's faster?
Faster. Time. People are time poor. India's put a lot of money into it. So the Indian Premier League is huge now. It started in 2008, I think it was.
Yeah.
And now, like, and don't quote me exactly, but like the TV rights per game is like on par with like Premier League and NFL.
Whoa.
It's massive, man.
Whoa.
Yeah. You consider you got 1 billion people, right? Like someone's watching this
Would
thing.
be massive, yeah.
So T20 cricket is kind of the way of the future. And the great thing is it's opened up a big platform for women and girls to play the game a lot more as well. So a lot more women and girls playing T20 cricket, and Australia really good T20 team as well internationally. So yeah, it's interesting sport, man. It's a funny one because like I feel like I'm probably the last age group where people love Test cricket, and you know, I'll find if it's India playing Australia or whoever to play Test cricket, like I'll watch it. I'll find a way to watch it somehow. Like I'll get it done somehow, right? Yeah. But you know, anyone probably 5 to 10 years younger than me probably doesn't have the appreciation of it. But I think it's how we grew up as well. Like I grew up with my granddad explaining Test cricket to me, how important it is. You know,
what's the importance of Test cricket comparing to the one game?
The T20s.
Yeah.
It's
another T20s, the one
days. Yeah. It's just traditional. So it's the original format of the game. You play over 5 days. It's conditions change. The pitch can start, you know, flat and nice and perfect to bat on, something to bowl on, and then by day 2, day 3, cracks in the pitch.
Oh, they don't fix it?
No. Wow. You leave it. You basically set the pitch on day 1, and then you leave it. You can roll it with a roller, but you can't do much more to it.
Why not? Why don't they fix it?
That's the test. That's why it's a test. Because if you're a batter, right, the cracks start to open. Bowler's going, I'm going to aim that crack because I know if I hit that crack, it's going to hit you in the pad and get you LB, or hit your stumps, get you out. Particularly then you look at spinners as well. Spinners can really exploit the cracks. So it becomes really tactical and fascinating. And that's why when Test matches go down to like, you know, the last couple of overs on day 5, you've had 5 days to sort this shit out, right? And it's come down to the last hour of play. Like, it's crazy. Wow. It's fascinating. Yeah. It's and I think we just don't, as a society in general, have the time to appreciate the intricacies and what goes into Test cricket, because it's a fascinating sport. It's just, we're so time poor now.
I think everyone wants everything done in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, we're living in a time where everything just gets done like this pretty quick. You want to pop a song, you talking to your phone. You want to get a coffee, 2 minutes, coffee is done. It's right there. You want to watch something, 2 minutes. You open your TV, click something, that's it. You got there. Right? It's just the society that shifted from everything that used to take its time and actually you waiting for the thing to happen to all of this hyperactive, really fast motion, get going times. Like, I'd imagine, like, back in the day, if you want to get news, you'd either like wait for it to come to your house or you would have to go pick up a newspaper from somewhere. But now you just wake up, open your phone, Twitter. That's it. It's right at your door.
So I got a little one, she's 5, and we were on holiday. I forgot we went with friends somewhere up the country. Not much reception, no Netflix on the TV. So she was being a pain. I'm like, let's get the TV on, man. Let's get the TV on. I'm like, no Netflix. Okay, all right, ABC Kids. And she's like, oh, Dad, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch this. Can you pick that? I'm like, hey, man, there's no internet here. There's no Netflix. What's on the TV is what you watch. And she's like, the ads are so long and boring. I'm like, don't care, man. Like, this is what we've got. And she has no concept of like ads on TV. The other day, we were at my in-laws' place, she found the old wall phones.
The what?
The wall phones. You plug them into the wall, like the house phones. She found it was like in the cupboard at my in-laws' place. She goes, Dad, what's this?
Whoa.
Whoa. I was like, oh my God. We're getting serious old here, man.
Surreal,
yeah. And like, but she's 5. She's got no, ever since she's been alive, you can stream a movie on your phone.
Yeah. It's her reality.
For sure.
That's all she knows.
Correct, yeah.
Just like when we were kids, the things that used to be ancient, were foreign to us. We didn't know what they were for our parents, you know, like I think we didn't really get the chance to really appreciate the whole spin phone thing, because
I used to play with it as a toy.
we used to play with it, but
not
we
for
didn't
real.
not for real. Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
know what the hell it was for. Like
Yeah.
it used to be antiques at my parents' home, because like when we grew up, I was born in 2000, right?
Yeah.
So when I was like 5 or 6, 2006, it was just picking up for cell phones right now. We used to use phone wall or wall phone.
Yep.
But the whole spin phone thing was just non-existent.
Yeah.
Right. And I was watching something the other day, and it was like the whole history behind it is really fascinating, because here this, you know how area codes are linked to spin phones.
Yeah, like 03 is Victoria, 07 is Queensland.
Yeah, there's a reason behind that. And so you think about something like the fastest area code to dial. And you think about, what's that? Do you have any idea?
No idea, man.
101.
$101.
Right. The reason why, and you know which place is that?
No.
Wall Street, New York.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. Traders.
Yeah.
And so the fastest area code. So back in the day, when the whole spin phone thing got created, they wanted to figure out what's the fastest area code to dial, so that the traders don't really waste that much time.
So did
on
like
dialing.
someone from Wall Street create a phone?
Not created the phone, created the dial.
To create the dial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
obviously someone else created the phone. Yeah.
Because they figured out when people want to dial into trade, they don't want to waste that much time on putting the area code.
Yeah,
if it's a long one, they're probably like gonna waste time and miss out, and they have the whole fear of missing out thing in their brain. So they wanted to put a area code that's like really easy to reach, and they figured out the easiest combination before anyone else.
Gotcha.
And it was something like 010 or 100, something like that.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Boom. That's it. You're straight to Wall Street.
Yeah.
You're straight to Wall Street.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why till this day they still have it. And if you want to dial New York, Wall Street, I think you still dial the same area codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't change it.
That's interesting, man.
Right. And that was just back in the 60s.
60s, I reckon, would have been that.
Yeah. It's not even that long ago.
Nah.
Not even that long ago.
Nah, and now we don't even look at it, man. We just mobile phone for literally everything. House phones are gone.
Yeah.
You used to have to call someone's house to get a hold of them.
Yeah.
No chance anymore, man. All mobile.
Even the sound quality was different. Because right now you can hear pretty much, it's the gold standard right now.
Yeah.
Right? You hear, I wouldn't say crystal clear, but comparing to then, you're pretty much talking in HD or 4K right now.
Yeah. Crystal clear, huh?
Yeah.
I remember that actually, because my old man used to love all that surround sound systems and stuff like that you could get, on the TVs. And it used to be such a big thing in the 90s, man. Everyone used to be obsessed with that kind of sound quality and things like that.
Yeah.
Now, we don't even think about it.
No,
it's just
care.
done with everything.
Yeah.
Everything is just good quality sound.
Dude,
I say as I move my mic
Yeah.
a little bit closer to it, just to make sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, even with this, like, it can pick up your voice pretty cool, but we're still not satisfied with it. I'm going to still take it to my software, edit it a little bit. We're not satisfied. Like, this is, if you think about it, this is a crazy invention.
It's wild.
For the mics back in the 70s, the 60s. You compare this raw to the 60s, 50s mic, raw. You can hear the whole static. You can hear the whole background noise with those ones right now. This one, barely anything.
Yeah.
But we still filter it out because we want the better thing. We want the thing that's going to sound a little bit more crisp.
Always chasing that perfection, huh?
Yeah. And we're never going to stop.
Yeah. Never.
No.
That's just the way we're wired, right, as humans.
Yeah, but the thing is, where to next?
Yeah.
Right.
That's frightening, I reckon.
It's crazy.
AI and all that as well.
You ever get into those conversations with yourself sometimes?
Yeah, I'm pretty big in I like all the podcasts and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I like listening to it all. I probably don't. I mean, I definitely don't know enough about it. I mean, my sort of flirtation with AI has just been ChatGPT. Help me write this document for work, and it bangs out something. I'm like, oh my god, that's like 50 times better than what I could have done. And this is like ChatGPT 4, and apparently ChatGPT 5's not far away, or is it out already?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So they're just refining.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of podcasts on it, basically people, I mean, the general sort of vibe seems to be that AI will make things better, but human touch and human focus will never go out of scope completely. It's just what can AI do that can free up a human to then do the things they want to do or have that human touch and be human centered. But where's it all going to go, man? Who's in control? Who's doing it? Who's pushing the buttons? What's in it for them?
Well, I think the people that keep evolving these things, like you look at Sam Altman in OpenAI, he does it out of love for the tech. And you can tell because he's genuinely passionate about what he does, and he always wants to accelerate it.
Yeah.
He always wants to find this new thing. He always wants to find this new technology, find this new thing in this field where it can take it to the next level. Like what we did this now. How can we take it to the next level? What's next? What are we gonna do? How do we innovate? It's sort of the same mentality that Steve Jobs had when he was working in Apple, right? And funny enough, he got the Steve Jobs treatment 2 weeks ago. He got fired from OpenAI.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's the CEO. They voted him out. He got fired from OpenAI by his board team.
Yeah, right.
And there was news that leaked around that he went to Microsoft and Google adopted him.
Yeah.
And they wanted him to work on AI for Microsoft.
Yeah, right.
1 week later, OpenAI announced that he's back as a CEO in his former role, and the people that were the old board members got fired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a Netflix movie coming up.
That's a Netflix movie coming up, yeah, right? And so he pretty much got the Steve Jobs treatment.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's so weird how it happened all quickly within like a week. It was Sam Altman fired, holy shit. And then Google hired Sam Altman, holy shit, what are they gonna do? And then Sam Altman back at OpenAI, holy shit. The board team that fired Sam Altman is now fired, holy shit, what did they do, right?
Yeah.
And so it was all crazy. And I think OpenAI, the whole team figured out that firing him was a big mistake.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone kind of seemed to like him in that space, and they didn't want to lose out on him, on his innovation. And so when he went to Microsoft, they might have kind of freaked out that he could work with Microsoft and do something that's far bigger than OpenAI.
Yeah.
Because OpenAI is rivaling Microsoft and Google right now.
Yeah.
They really are. And comparing the two companies is quite an achievement. But if he goes to Google and he goes to Microsoft and works with what they have, imagine what he can do over there, right? And so they didn't want that, even though Microsoft does have a partnership with OpenAI. They have that partnership that no one talks about. And what are they going to do with it? No one knows, right? But the guy is genuinely excited about the future in comparison to someone like Elon, who's, a pretty big pessimist about it. And you can see both sides, right? I always have this argument with my friend Umar. And we're always sitting at a shisha bar or something, and we're talking about it.
Best conversations
it's
happen,
the
bro.
best conversations, dude. You'll be, that shisha when it hits. He doesn't smoke, but he gets a couple of wines in him to get the ball rolling, and I got my smoke in me. Then we start getting all paranoid,
and then you go all Joe Rogan about it, right?
Yeah,
goes off in all different directions.
It's crazy, bro. It's like we're sitting. He's like 2 wines in. I'm like 10 puffs in, and we're like, dude, 5 years from now, none of these people sitting around are gonna be actually alive right here.
Better check that shisha bar, bro. I don't know. Could be something else in there, man.
It's fun because like it's when you go down that rabbit hole, it goes to the point where this could probably be the only conversation that we should be having, right? Because it genuinely one of the only conversations that puts the human race existence at jeopardy right now.
It's a modern day arms race, right?
Pretty much.
Between Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, Apple, whoever.
Yeah. Up until the whole Palestine-Israel thing happened, no one was talking about World War III.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, there was a whole jokes about the whole Trump, Russia
North
thing.
Korea
Yeah. Back in early COVID days.
Yeah.
That was
God,
funny.
they were bad days.
Nah, that was terrible, bro. But apart from that, the AI conversation is the main conversation that really makes you dwell on your humanity.
For sure.
And where are we gonna go from here?
Man, I have no idea. It's probably the thing. Look, I think one of the podcasts I listened to about this was saying, basically, it's almost like companies are saying to governments, you need to restrict us or restrain us in our development because we don't know what we're doing. We don't know where we're going with it.
The companies saying to governments.
Yeah, this is in the US. They're saying that you should probably put a cap or a tax, right? So there's less of an incentive around the development of it. But I mean, they're smart people. They'll figure a way around it, right?
100%.
And it's that arms race that we talked about. And then also, I had a good friend who worked in San Fran for a number of years, in Silicon Valley doing a bunch of different things. And he was just saying, like, Facebook will just offer this guy, this engineer, X amount. Then he'll hop to Google. Then he'll just do the loop, man.
Yeah.
And all that sort of brain trust is all concentrated in that one part of the world, in a very sort of interesting culture, which is innovative, but is it being governed well? Is it who's watching it?
No.
Do we know what's next? Do we only know when it's going to hit our phones and our computers? Is that when we find out what this thing is, or how we all been kept up to date with it? So it's pretty frightening, man. And you look at kids today, in schools and things like that. Like, what do they know about it? Yeah, they're probably entering jobs they have no idea what they're going to be, in the future. Like, and what they're going to do, right? Like, I reckon the jobs that we do now, like, I wouldn't say they'd be redundant by the time our kids are older or are grown up, but maybe. Look at the last 20 years. How far we've come.
Yeah.
Brick Nokia 3310s like this big.
Yeah.
To, little iPhones like this now that you're glued to, basically.
Yeah.
You're glued to your hand.
So, it's an extension of who you are, essentially.
Absolutely. Yeah.
With everything that's going on, the smartwatch.
Yep. I refuse smartwatches.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah?
It's crazy.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
My missus is obsessed.
No.
She's like, I tracked my sleep last night. I got this, I got this. I got this many steps. And I'm like, I don't care. I know my sleep is shit because I drink too much coffee.
What?
Huh?
What time do you stop drinking coffee?
I tried to have the last one before 3. I'm about 2 or 3 a day, tops.
3 p.m.?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that bad then.
I shouldn't be, but I don't know. Now I feel like between getting older, probably not exercising as much as I should, and coffee, and kids, sleep is kind of like...
Taking a back seat?
Yeah, it should be better.
Well,
it needs to improve.
Okay.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
But I forgot what we were talking about here.
Well, smartwatches.
Smartwatches, yeah. So I refuse smartwatches. I probably, I said this, and I said, I'm not going to get an iPhone.
Yeah.
And I got an iPhone. so I'm probably going to come back in 3 years, I have a smartwatch on my wristband.
Crazy, yeah, I know.
I'll probably cave at some point.
Well, to be fair, we walked the same path, right? Because when I grew up, I didn't get the chance to get a phone until I was 15. I was just leeching off my dad.
Yeah, I remember those days too.
Right? And the first one I ever got was a Sony. It was a Sony Xperia Z.
Oh, yeah. They were they flips?
No. It was when they, kind of tried to keep up with touch screens and whatnot. So that was like 2016. So they're pretty developed by then.
Right. Okay.
Right? I didn't want to get an iPhone because they seemed like rich people stuff. I didn't want to get a Samsung because everyone around me had a Samsung. They were pretty shit. They used to freeze all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to be the weird one. I'm going to be the special one.
Yeah.
Right? So I went
Jose
in...
Mourinho. 3 times.
What a man. Right? But I went and got the Sony, and I got the Z3. That was the one. Z3 was an amazing phone, right? Only problem with the Z3 and the Sony phones in general is that they're really slim and they can break pretty easy.
Oh, wow.
After the Z3, I went to Jordan, and when I went to Jordan, I was like, time for a new phone. Let me see what I can get. 2017, I renewed my Z3 to like an XZ. And so I just got another Sony.
Yeah.
They're good phones. They're amazing phones because like the things that Sony think about, they're I think Korean or Japanese. They're Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese.
Japanese phones, they always think about something to put there that no one else has. And they're pretty like tech savvy. And so if you like the cool flicks and, you know, the cool tricks the phone does that is not really existing in any other phone, the Sony is your phone.
Right.
Only problem was when you take a selfie, it's pretty shit.
And that's basically what no one calls anymore, man.
No.
Everyone, you need a phone for Instagram.
Yeah.
Taking photos for that Instagram.
Pretty much, yeah.
And sending texts and WhatsApps.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you need a phone
much,
for.
yeah.
Phone calls are redundant.
Yeah. And like the iPhone selfies right now, they're like the gold standard. And if you take a phone, even if it's a good selfie with a different phone, even if it's a good camera, it's just not an iPhone camera.
Yeah.
You're just going to get bullied about it.
Yeah. Right. Would you take it on a potato, bro? That's the one everyone gives you.
Yeah. And so I kept the Sony until I got an iPhone. And when you get an iPhone, you don't really go back.
No, you can. No, I unfortunately agree with you. I can't go back now.
Yeah.
Because my wife's she's got a Pixel, and even like I'm clunking around trying to do stuff on her phone. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't like this.
Get this out of here.
This peasant shit out of here.
Exactly.
But they're cool phones. That's the thing.
No, they're good. They're good.
Cool.
Pixel. Actually, the Pixel photos are crazy.
They're insane,
They're really
bro.
good.
Yeah, my friend has one. They're crazy. That's why I have two phones.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I have two phones. One for like, you know, the whole mainstream shit, just to be cool with the kids.
The kids.
Yeah. I'm hip, you know. And the other one is just for me to like geek out on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just leave it there, but it's so shit freezes all the time. I just put
Pixel?
No, I had an Oppo. I tried an Oppo.
Oh, yeah.
I put my work email in it. And it froze until this day. It's frozen.
Oh, serious?
Yes, swear to God.
Wow.
Yeah, it just froze. And now whenever I open it, it's just.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now all like the hacking and shit around it as well, bro. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
My brother-in-law happened to him the other day. My best mate happened to him the other day. Instagram, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be so careful with that stuff as well. And then all the calls. How many are the calls?
With the scam calls.
Yeah, like, oh, you got an Amazon delivery. It's a robotic voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes speaking Mandarin to you.
Yeah.
That's like.
Or the Commonwealth thing.
But what about the ones where? Have you had the ones where they go, people call you, and literally you're talking to someone, and it sounds like they're at a call center, and they're like, "Hi, Mr. Menon, da 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 da. We called you up for this, da da da. We just need your Commonwealth Bank, da da da." I'm like, what the? I'm like, this is like an operation, bro. Like someone's like sitting in an office somewhere, doing this shit illegally.
Yeah. And the thing is, you get the calls from, because always the blame always goes for Indian call centers, right? And you guys take the hit for it all the time. if I'm being honest,
we can't win World Cups. We blame for call centers. Like, well, come on, India, let's pick it up. Man.
Look, man, it's a good operation, right?
They're doing something, right?
It's very lucrative, right? Some people fall for it.
I have to.
A lot of people fall for it. I fell for it once. Like, because the thing is, I've never ordered DHL my whole life,
right?
And when I decide to order DHL, my one time to order DHL, I get a message saying your DHL package is stopped in transit. Click here to check it out.
Oh,
right?
So they knew you'd ordered DHL.
They knew I ordered DHL, or it was by chance. You never know, right? So it could have been shit luck. They could have knew. I clicked, right? And they're like, all right, so you need to pay $10. And I was like, it was free shipping. What do you mean pay $10? And I'm usually like really aware, but I was at work and it was like my last 2 minutes. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just pay $10.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of logged me out, right? And then I knew. So I was just like, I locked my card straight away. I burned it and I got a new one. No biggie.
Yeah.
But like, it was really frustrating because like, these motherfuckers got to me. I'm usually aware.
Wore you down in the end. Man.
I got a call last week from a guy talking about he's from Commonwealth.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Yeah. And the thing is, I do have a Commonwealth account.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm happy. I'm like, straight away, I'm like, nah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so straight away shut it down?
I mean, sometimes I fuck around with them.
Yeah, that's very fun.
But then now my brother-in-law's like, nah, don't, because then they voice recognize you and they screw you over on the AI.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm like, well, you can't even have fun with these guys now.
Yeah,
like,
you can't have fun anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, they get frustrated real quick when you fuck around with them. Because, like, some of them, they just, like, get real angry and some just shut it down.
Yeah.
Because, like, the guy that was talking to me, he was just, like, talking about the Commonwealth thing. And, like, $599 straight out of your account. I was like, oh, this is real shit. And I was like, okay, let me find out. Because it happened a couple of times where money was taken out of my account. I was like, all right, let me keep up. Then when I was like, oh, this is bullshit. and I wanted to test if it was bullshit or not.
Yeah.
I didn't really know, but I had a feeling. I was like, that's crazy, bro. You know what's even more crazy? He's like, what's it? And I was like, I don't even have a Commonwealth account. He just goes silent for 2 seconds, doesn't reply.
Beep, beep, beep.
But I actually do. Fuck smartwatches.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. Like, every time I'm out with my friend, like last time we went to play pools, I battered him, obviously. Some
Not competitive, though.
Bro, it was so bad. Like, I won like 2 games in a row, like easy 2 games in a row. He went out for a smoke, and he's like right back into it, you know. And he's like really hyped and G'd up. Like he took his break. He got his brain set out. Lost another one straight away.
Lost what?
Lost another one straight away.
3-0.
Yeah. He got like 2 back, and then when he was about to get the 3rd one, he just put the 8 ball right before, and he finished.
Oh,
he just fucked it up.
no.
It's like, fuck this shit, bro. I don't want to play anymore. Right? But like the whole time we were playing, he's got a smartwatch. The whole time, the thing about smartwatches is every time you get a notification, it flares up.
Yep.
Right? And the screen just goes off.
Yep.
Or goes on, whatever it is. The annoying thing about it, you can never escape that whole dog whistle scenario. Because it's essentially that. Right? Think about whenever your phone is ringing, your brain automatically just panics. Right? And just,
Oh, gotta get my phone.
Gotta get my phone. Gotta check it out. Or the whole buzzing thing.
Oh,
I
the ghost buzz.
Yeah. Even if you go silent, it's just gonna go like, shut up, man. Right? It's so annoying. Like even right now, I forgot to put it on D&D, and so if it's gonna like go, I'm just gonna smash it to the ground. Right?
I'm like so bad with it. I'm trying to get better. Between work and everything else, like it's always on phone calls, always on emails, always doing stuff. I love going on planes because that used to be the one place we'd be like, right, I'm going to Sydney. It's an hour where I cannot look at my phone. Well, I can look at my phone, but nothing will come through. And I'm switched off. I'm off the grid. I'm good. I can be disconnected. I can do something else. I can read. I'll never read a book, but I'll watch a movie or whatever, right? Something else. But the only thing now is with like being not connected is kids. I just don't want anything to happen to my kids, so I want to know. I have my phone on me to know at all times what's happening, if I need to go or whatever. But apart from that, like, it's bad. Like, it's really bad. So I'm trying to like really do the digital detox. So like, put the kids to bed. My wife and I watch a movie or something. I just leave the phone in another room. I won't even won't have it near me. Nothing. Just completely switch it off, and then like look at it maybe before bed quickly. Is there anything? But what is it going to be? What's going to be a massive emergency? Like
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's just FOMO.
100%. It is 100% FOMO.
We created it for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Right now we're just these paranoid creatures that just can't wait to like check if the latest big news dropped or not. You go on Instagram and see, oh, maybe this happened. Maybe just some people jumped off a cliff.
What about that? I like that term. I don't like it, but doom scrolling. When something bad happens, and then you just like keep reading about it. Or
even like when you get like hung up scrolling Instagram reels or something like that. It's just one after the other one. And especially when they're like, these assholes keep giving you like funny memes one right after the other. And it's like, just keep going, right? And they're like, you want it to get to a shit one so you can like just...
Okay, I'm done. I've got my dopamine.
All right,
I'm done.
But they don't. They just keep getting better.
The algorithm just keeps winning.
Algorithm
versus Fedele. Algorithm 15-0 to you, pretty much.
It's annoying. It's annoying. And like sometimes I open my messages and I go on Instagram and there's like this 4+ messages. And I go, oh, no, you didn't just send me like 20 reels for me to watch. Right?
I've got mates that do that.
I hate it, bro.
I'm like, can I have a conversation with you about something? Like, you just keep, I think it's funny and I'll respond, but I can't keep up with all of them.
Yeah, and they expect you to respond to each and every single one.
I got shit to do, bro. Far out.
Yeah, I just ignore it sometimes. Like, I know it's rude.
What's the, like, internet rules on, like, ignoring people with that shit?
If it gets so...
Like,
it's a ratio
intervention
thing.
or something? Do you have an intervention or something?
No, you ratio it. So
Okay.
if they send like someone like 6, you drop down to 1, right? And then you try to like hold them off a little bit. And so if they're sending too much, if they're oversaturated, that's what I do, right? It always works.
Okay.
If
Okay.
that's what they do. They always send too much.
Yeah.
I don't send any for a while. So I'll let them
Okay.
know like, yeah, chill, relax, bro. Relax.
Yeah.
It's like, cool down.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you know, something that's taking a lot of my time. Let me just, you know, humble you for a little bit. And then after a week, I'm just going to send you 1. You can have 1,
Yeah.
right? And then after a week, you can have 1.
I feel like your friends are like experiments in a game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you kind of just playing it off, seeing who responds, who doesn't,
Yeah.
who drops off,
Who drops off?
who reads between the lines.
Whoa.
Maybe it's deeper than you think, bro.
It is very deep.
I didn't mean to scare you.
I mean, my cousin does that, right?
Yeah.
He sends a lot of reels and he responds. The thing is, every time I send him, he responds to each and every single one. I was like, fuck, no, I got to respond to each and every single one. I'm not going to do it. Right? I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. But some of the shit out there is pretty fucked up, right?
Majorly.
It's very fucked up. Like, all the dark humor. We drove ourselves to a place where like making fun of disabled people is now funny and hip.
Yeah.
And to be fair, sometimes it is. I'm gonna be honest, but it's so fucked up, right?
It's pretty bad.
People say shit in the comments that they would never say in real life.
Comments,
ever.
Instagram
ever.
comments are
The most out of pocket place I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, it's hell, bro.
It is.
Like I read something I saw one the other day. I mean, I've seen so many, but like, there's so much hatred.
Oh yeah.
People hate on the comments, man.
They
Like,
hate, yeah.
but you know what scares me more than that? 2 things. The comments people make scare me. The amount of people who like that comment
Oh yeah.
scares me.
Oh yeah.
And then that's just Instagram. Then you got Facebook, and that's just a whole other like.
Branch or yeah.
It's just a cesspit, bro. Facebook is awful.
Mm.
Like the amount of shit on there and what people say, and like, and it's full profiles. It's like,
Is it that bad on Facebook?
I mean, I'm very sort of off Facebook now. Like I'm on there to see stuff, whatever, but like I'm not active.
I just repost memes.
Yeah, I mean, I just every couple of months throw a few pics up with the fam, so
Yeah,
extended
okay.
family knows we're all okay. That's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
But like people like have like their full name, profile, open profile, where they work, and they'd be like, "Fuck these people" or "Hate these people." I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, you're I know where you work.
Yeah.
I can see your kid in the photo.
Whoa.
Like, why are you so full of hate online? I never understood it. Never.
You're pretty much putting yourself out there.
I guess.
Yeah.
Are you bored?
Whoa.
Nothing. Are you looking for a reaction?
Whoa.
Is it like modern bullying in some ways?
Imagine
Maybe.
if someone sees that thing. Imagine like a coworker seeing that thing, and then you walk into work the next day, and you're like, I'm not sure about you, Brian. I thought we were cool.
Yeah, I thought we were down, Brian.
I thought,
Yeah.
I thought this whole refrigerator conversations, you know, getting out lunch conversations was really something. I don't know about that now, man.
Yeah.
Or just like politics.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be there, right?
People fight about politics now that they didn't used to fight about politics back in the day.
I reckon before COVID, no one knew who the premiers were in every state.
No.
Now everyone like can rattle them off like that, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
now everyone is like
change
into
the game
politics.
a bit.
Yeah. Everyone's wide open. Like,
yeah.
I remember when I first like came here, I had to like look up which one were the Democrats, which one were the liberals. Yeah, I had
they
to
all
look.
felt the same.
They all felt the same.
Really?
Yeah. Like in all of they didn't have like that distinguished label to it. Because like when you first come here, you come from a place that is oversaturated with politics to the point where you don't care about it anymore. Because Iraq is just like very corrupt, and so you don't really give a shit if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, if you're a liberal. You don't give a shit back in Iraq. You know that they're all thieves, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When you come here, you look at a society right here and you go, ooh, it actually does have a difference here, and people do care about it. Now I have to be informed. Now I have to like actually look up what these people do. Not that it actually matters, because when you have that whole, I've been through a place where politicians don't care about the people. You're gonna come here, you're gonna apply the same mentality, and you're either gonna be right, you're either gonna be wrong. From what I've seen, it's right. Politicians don't really give a shit about people in general. Most politicians, right? Especially the ones in like higher power. They're always gonna do what they think is best, regardless of what people think. It's just politics. I can totally understand it, right? Like if they got voted in for a reason, people think they're the best at their job, whatever. All right, there's no point arguing.
Yeah.
But it divides people.
For sure. My father-in-law is Indian, from India, migrated here in '80s, I think. And his big thing is like in India you have BJP, which is like sort of far right, and becoming more nationalistic at the moment with the Prime Minister. So actually on that World Cup final, so that one part I left out was the Prime Minister attended. He built the stadium basically to host that final years ago. He named it after himself.
Whoa.
In his home city.
Whoa.
Right? And this is the thing. India always says, "Oh, we're the world's largest democracy," but it's sort of getting a little bit shady around the edges now in some of those things. But yeah, so my father was always like, you know, in India, like there's a clear right versus left, and you know you can kind of distinguish. He goes, because like in Australia, like ultimately, if people got money in their pockets, and they're looked after, their families looked after, it's all kind of similar. Yeah, there's obviously distinctions. There always going to be, but we're pretty lucky that by and large it's a pretty safe country, pretty good country, and everyone's pretty well looked after in a global scale compared to compared to where you could be. Right? Yeah, where both of us could be. Yeah. If people didn't make decisions. To move here.
And I think part of that is because Australia has pretty much all parties in power. Yes, they would like elect one to be the leading one, but they still have the other parties involved. Yeah. It's not just one.
There's debate around legislation which allows people to
be heard.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
And even in like liberal parties, you can see people leaning right, leaning left. Right. Yeah. And so I think that's a good dynamic to have. We do get some things that just make you wonder, what the fuck are we doing? But that's just every political body. Everyone's going to have their own opinion about it at the end of the day. But yeah, it's not like what's happening in somewhere like maybe India right now or Iraq or North Korea, right?
Yeah. That's a real extreme example.
Yeah. So it's not like that.
We spent 2 years in London. So lived there for 2 years when I was 30-ish. Wow. And we lived overseas when I was a kid, but as an adult, I never lived overseas. And the one thing I really took away from it is like about back home, like Australia's this fascinating place where like you're basically like a bubble, right? You're so far away from the rest of the world, like so far away. Like when I was in London, I was at work one weekend. We had a long weekend on the Monday, but the Friday we took off and we went to Morocco. Whoa, it was sick, man. Whoa. Oh, Morocco was wicked. People in my office were like, "You're going to Morocco for a long weekend?" I was like, "Dude, it takes 4 hours to get to Perth, right, from Melbourne. So this 3 hours, 45-minute flight is fine. It's nothing, right?" So our appreciation in growing up in Australia, where everything's so far away, I think is a really good thing. But we're such a bubble, man, because like we're down here in this corner of the world. No one really bothers us. We don't really bother anyone else. Our problems are our problems, and we're not affected by the rest of the world. That's to our detriment a little bit, I think, because like we miss out on things, and you miss out, particularly I think, when you're younger and you want to travel and you want to get out and you want to see things and explore things and meet people from different places and do all those things. It's a bit harder to do that, but that's why everyone just leaves and goes to London, right? And lives there for a few years. And my sister's there now.
Nice.
So, yeah, it gave me a different appreciation of Australia in a good and a bad way. The other thing I always come back to is like, I don't think I could ever raise kids anywhere else. Like,
really?
A pretty good place, man, for kids. Like, I drop my kid to school. I'm not worried about someone coming in with a gun.
Oh yeah.
Again, extreme example, but like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
but it's very common.
Yeah.
Extreme but common.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And like standard of living, cost of living, obviously is crazy. Yeah. So you're paying in some way, right? Where the cost of things is a lot, but I think we're pretty lucky, man. Like, there's lots looking around. There's lots of things wrong with Australia, right?
Yeah.
We're not perfect citizens by any stretch of the imagination, but
It's less intense than
correct.
other places.
Less intense is a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the...
You crack on with what you want to crack on with. I'll crack on what I want to crack on with.
Yeah.
We'll meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Say hello. All good.
Yeah, Aussies are great, man.
Yeah.
They're great. Yeah.
For sure.
Well, like, if you go to somewhere like the US, it's oversaturated. That place is just feels loud. Is loud.
They are loud.
They are loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You
so
eat chips with every meal.
Hmm?
They eat chips with every meal.
Chips with every meal.
Like French fries with every meal.
With every meal.
Pretty much, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's gross.
Wow.
No wonder they're all,
Wow.
putting on a few.
Yeah. All fat and slobby.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, I mean, their food is horrible. I've seen it. The portions that they eat is bigger and better. Have you seen that movie? What is it called? Like, the movie where it rains burgers.
I was going to
The
say.
animated movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cloud
Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah. That just one guy, he goes, we gotta make it bigger than the mayor. He goes, why? Because we're Americans. We like it bigger, better, juicier. And he gets like 17 feet hot dog.
Oh, man.
That's more like it. That's more American.
Have you been to the States?
No. I actually want to go.
Yeah, you should, man. We went, we got married.
It's like so much shit, I'll probably get shanked.
we went for a honeymoon. It was it was a fascinating place, man. I actually really enjoyed it.
Nice.
I feel like Americans were better in America. When you get them out of America.
They embarrass themselves.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just a tourist thing. I mean, it's not like Australians travel well. Like you go to Bali and places like that. It's not great. But it was, man, New York was like still my absolute dream place. I loved it. It was just amazing.
Amen to that.
Hey?
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool place, man.
I'm with you right there.
And I actually, we were there. I had a hookup with a friend to go meet someone who worked at the NBA. So I got to go into the NBA offices. Like,
Was it Adam Silver?
no, no, it was a guy who ran the foundation,
Nice.
the NBA foundation.
Nice,
Yeah, really cool dude. So I got into the offices, like met a few people, and like
Whoa.
I was like a proper New Yorker, man. Like the meeting was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I got up at like 6.
Wow.
I was like, I gotta go. My missus is like, it's a 20-minute subway ride. Why are you up at 6 o'clock? No, I can't sleep. I'm too excited. So it was a real New Yorker, man. I got ready, got on the subway, got down to, I can't remember where it was now, but it was near Rockefeller.
Oh yeah.
Just got the subway down there, walked into the building. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah. Did you do
So
the Central Park morning walk?
We did Central Park. And then we did Greenwich Village. I think that's where all the jazz bars are. That was cool, man.
Wow.
Really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. We were young and free, man.
Wow.
These little kids hanging around. It was good times.
No, you're inspiring me even more to go to New York.
Oh, New York's amazing.
Dude,
man.
you know what I do at home sometimes? My mom gets pissed off. I just sit down at like the huge TV we have in the living room.
Yeah.
And I put on these, have you seen those walking around the city at like 11 p.m. in whatever city?
Yeah.
I just put on New York and I keep watching, fantasizing about the day I get to move over there.
Oh.
Mom goes, what are you doing? I go, oh, don't worry about me, I'm moving.
This is only temporary, man. No, that was actually what it was like, man. Like in a because we got the bus or the train from like DC, and then we pulled into New York, and we like dropped us off like near Grand Central or something like that.
Yeah.
And you get out of the bus, and like first thing you see is like the yellow taxis and the streets are packed, and you're like, oh, New
It's
York.
just like the movies.
Yeah, 100%, man. It really is.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Cool place.
Have you ever been to Harlem? You went to the
No,
Bronx?
we only had, man, that's the thing. We had a week in New York. It wasn't enough.
A week.
Could have done like 2 weeks,
Wow.
man.
Where did you stay?
We stayed Upper East Side,
Mm.
so like Gossip Girl kind of vibes.
Did you have a view of the city?
Bro, we had an apartment that was about the size of this studio,
Wow.
and it cost us a fortune on Airbnb. It was a shoebox, literally a shoebox. It was tiny.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, London's kind of similar, right? You pay so much
Really?
oh yeah, it's
Is
cost a
that
fortune.
expensive?
Hey,
That expensive?
so expensive. Yeah.
Mm.
And the thing is, like about these cities, I reckon, is like everyone wants to be there.
Yeah.
It's the center of the universe, right? Like I never felt like you go to London and you meet people from literally everywhere, and you're applying for jobs. Like in Australia, you're like, oh, I didn't get that job. Oh, spewing, whatever. Man, you were competing against like 60 people.
Wow.
There, it's like 600 people, right, are going for the same job or something. Like, it's crazy. It's such a competitive, massive city. I think London's like, 8 million within central London, and then when you extend it out, it's like 12. That's huge, man.
Whoa.
That's a lot of people. So it's just, it's different worlds, man.
It makes sense why people are like really intense over there.
Yeah,
It's a very intense place to be at.
it is. Yeah, it's not
very competitive.
it's not probably not a long term one. It wasn't for us anyway.
Yeah.
But for if you're young and
Filthy rich.
not even filthy rich, man, because you can get away with scrapping and saving and house sharing and all that sort of stuff. But it's just a cool place, man. Different vibes, just very different lifestyle completely. Plus, this is the greatest thing of all. You can watch Premier League at a normal time.
Oh, yes.
Do you know, the first 2 weeks, I swear to you, man, the first 2 weeks we were in London, I used to wake up in the morning and be like, check the scores.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wait, that was lunchtime yesterday. I could have watched that game on TV. It's so weird because you've been conditioned your whole life, right, living in Australia. Get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, watch Liverpool, midnight, whatever it is. But literally the first couple of weeks, the first couple of weekends, I was like, oh my God, I could watch this on TV.
Yeah.
And the worst part, or the best part, the worst part is the long winter. Kills you.
Really?
Oh, man, that was hard.
Is it that bad?
I never complained about Melbourne winter when I came back from London.
Wow.
Not once.
Wow. Is it worse than here?
Bro, it's pitch black dark. Pitch black, 3:30.
Ooh.
4 o'clock.
Whoa.
Pitch black.
That's awful.
It's awful. And you can see why people like depression and stuff like that. I don't blame them, man.
Yeah,
like,
we need the sunrise.
You need sun. Yeah, you need
sun.
some sunlight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you need to feel like when you're walking home from work, it's not midnight, but it's 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
It's
There's
tough.
some life in you.
What gets you through though is, as a football fan anyway, is Champions League.
Wow.
So you got like
9:30?
8 o'clock kickoff,
8 o'clock,
8 p.m. kickoff, Champions League. Oh, have dinner,
It's amazing.
go to the pub, watch Champions League.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah. Or you can watch
amazing.
the game over there.
Hey,
You can go to the
well, you
stadium.
can't get a ticket.
Yeah.
That's the actual problem. But yeah, I did get to a couple of Liverpool games though, which was good.
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones did you go to?
So best one, actually there were two. I went to 4.
Yeah. Whoa.
The 2 best ones were I saw Gerrard's last goal at Anfield.
Oh, Lord.
That was unreal.
Yeah.
Beat QPR 2-1 last minute. Unbelievable. To
Amazing.
say that I saw Steven Gerrard's last goal at Anfield, that's cool as. I'll tell my kids about that one.
Off the bucket list.
Hey?
Off the bucket list.
Yeah, big time, man, big time. And then the other one was Merseyside Derby 4-0.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa. Was it at
huge,
Goodison Park or Anfield?
No, Anfield, yeah.
Because you're slapping me either way.
Yeah. Nah, don't worry about those guys, man. That was crazy, man. That was really cool. And it was, that game was the week after we beat Dortmund in that 4-3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So Anfield.
Lovren knee dive?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
crazy.
Lovren last minute. So Anfield would that was the first game after that.
Yeah.
So Anfield was just like pumping. Like people were just like,
I knew we were going to win that game.
Dortmund?
Yeah.
Really?
I knew we were going to
Really?
win that. Yeah. Even when we copped it the first half.
Aubameyang scores and makes
Yeah.
it 2-0, I think, after that. Yeah.
I was
Really?
in Jordan watching that. I knew the second that Coutinho scored and he started riling up the fans.
Yeah, he
I
went
was
and gave
like,
these ones. didn't he?
I was like, all right, this is it.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
on,
it.
we're on.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was watching it, like, I still remember in Jordan
Yeah.
on my phone, and it was crazy because, like, no one was, like, really watching it with me at the time, and I just screamed my ass off when we just scored, bro. I went on the street, knee sliding.
I love that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love that.
It's crazy because, like, you don't get that thing out of any other club.
Nah.
No, even like with Barcelona, you remember that whole 6-1 against PSG? They didn't even believe they
Comeback
could
one,
do
right?
it. Yeah.
Where they lost the first leg and they got
4-0.
pumped. Yeah, that's
4-0.
it. That's it,
Bro,
yeah.
my brother was asleep even when they were 4 goals up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When
Yeah.
they were 4 goals up, my brother was asleep. I was like, you're not going to watch this? He's like, nah, fuck that. We're losing. Screw that shit, bro. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it could happen. But I didn't think it could happen. I
Yeah.
honestly didn't think it could happen. They did get like a little assists here and there by the refs and whatnot. The whole Suarez penalty. Like, come on, bro.
What I love about that and the new Premier League is like I love the managers like Guardiola, Klopp, Arteta, even to an extent now. Like there's so much like tactical and all that stuff that goes into football, but like it's to play beautifully. It's not Mourinho low block, get Drogba 1-0, bang, see you later. Like that football is done. Like this modern football
Finished, yeah.
is so like we're talking about it before, right? It is a bit overcoached at times, but it is bloody exciting. Like it's like it gets you on the edge of your seat. The standard of players is just insane, man. And like, you know, not to pot Fergie and United and all that again, but like they were obviously good teams, right? They won multiple Premier Leagues. They obviously were very, very good. But like this modern way and how honest the managers are and how like upfront they are with everything, and like Postecoglou now, right? Like crazy, man. To see, man, that guy's from Malvern.
Yeah, he's a bloke from around there.
He's from here. Yeah. He's managing in the Premier League.
He's one of us. Yeah,
he's 100%. He's one of us. He's one of us who, you know,
he's a mate.
Football fan, you know, guy who would have loved Australian football, committed to Australian football, and now he's doing it at the highest level.
Went all the way.
It's a massive story, man. Such an achievement. And he did it. I love what he did because I love that he did it his way. Yeah. You know, he did it his way. He stuck to his roots and his traditions and what he knew. And he tells the story so well about how he, what football means to his family and his connection to his dad. Came through football as a Greek migrant. Go down to South Melbourne, watch them. You know, that's cool, man. That's what football should be about.
Yeah, we all love Ange. Everyone loves Ange.
Respect.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Massive.
Yeah. Well, I gotta argue about one thing over there. You mentioned something about the Mourinho ball. Look, man, if I'm being honest, I kind of do miss it.
Do you?
Yeah. Like,
kicking the shit out of teams for 90 minutes.
Yeah. No, not kicking the shit out of teams. Like, you remember when Burnley and Wolves first got promoted and we were just getting started? How frustrating those games were.
Stoke. Long throws.
Yeah. So fucking annoying. You play Burnley for like 90 minutes and they would just have that low block. And who was Sean Dyche was, he just put Chris Wood up front and get him on a long ball. And you lose 1-0 to Burnley. It was so bitter. Yeah. Right? It's so annoying. But Mourinho did it. The way Mourinho did it, I like. Because he had character and he used to do it to the big teams. Yeah. The reason why it was so entertaining because he used to do it to big teams with big teams.
Correct. Right. So like the 2-0 Demba Ba runs through, Gerrard slip, that kind of game.
That kind of game. Or the one that I was watching the other day, the Barcelona Inter Milan game.
Oh, dude, he runs, takes his tie off and all that.
Yeah. He had him on a chokehold for 90 minutes with a man down.
That's it.
Thiago Motta first half out.
Yeah.
And even Barcelona, like prime time Barcelona, couldn't get to Mourinho ball.
This is true.
The guy just held his ground, and you look at it. These guys put everything out there. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. You see Materazzi just going all out. You see Schneider at the back, like trying to block a shot from Iniesta or whoever it was. Yeah. And Barcelona died on it to get that goal. Yeah. It took Zlatan diving to get a pen, and he didn't even get it. He got a yellow. Yeah. And imagine that. Imagine how desperate they got. Zlatan diving to get a pen.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. There's something to be said around the man management around people like Mourinho, right? He's a master, right? He's a master at that. And I get what you're saying around the
It's psychology graduate.
Those teams. Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact the guy was never a professional player and then aligned himself to Bobby Robson at Barca, I think it was.
Oh, Van Gaal.
And Van Gaal, yeah. So he learned. He was just smart. He learned from the smartest guys, and then
put his tactics, put his mentality to it.
Correct, and put his charisma behind it as well, right? Yeah. And I mean, the ball's on the guy to come out in your first press conference and say, "I'm the special one."
I'm different. Yeah.
Like English press, they'll kill you in 10 seconds, right?
I'm here to fuck shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
And he did.
He did. 100%. No. So I definitely get your point. I think what I'm saying is more like, I guess the evolution in like ways of winning now is so like we talked about. Guardiola so good, won everything, and then that's not good enough. Now I'm gonna put 4 centre backs, have a team of total footballers. Yeah. And Klopp's like, right, we have the best system, but we're not utilising Trent, so now inverted fullback. So they just keep evolving. Yeah. An already almost perfect system to fit the new systems. So I don't know. Hopefully there's still room for Stoke and Burnley and those kind of guys. So. I don't think so too. I don't think so. I think it's hard.
You know why? Because we saw what is the way to get at these teams with the whole City Wolves game. That was a monumental game this season. The only way to get that Guardiola system, that Jurgen Klopp system, is to match it, right? And the reason why we couldn't beat City is because we didn't match it.
Mm.
We tried to play the old style Liverpool.
On the weekend, you're talking about?
Yeah. We tried to play that classic football, Liverpool football, where you just hit the counter and hope for the best.
And that Salah run.
Yeah. Even the Alisson slip, it would have been. It could. I'll tell them at the bar. Like, look, people were frustrated at the Alisson slip. It could have gone either way, and it went for the worst one.
And City missed easier chances than that along the way. City missed easier chances along the way than that as well.
They did. I think we got lucky.
I thought we were okay.
We got lucky.
We're okay. I think the fact that we haven't played very well and we're second. Are we second or third? Or something
We're
like
second.
Yeah.
We're third right now on point difference with Newcastle.
that? Yeah. So the fact that we're that high, I don't think we played very well, to be honest, man. So,
Not as well as we should have.
No.
Considering the fact that we don't
New
even have a
midfield.
CDM, new midfield, we're overperforming.
Yeah, I think so.
We're overperforming,
I think so.
which is good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Guardiola football right now is not complete. It's not as scary as it was last year because, now teams have figured out that we gotta ping pong this asshole if we want to get at him, right? And teams like Wolves, they have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. The reason why we drew is because we have something that we were worried about. We're like, all right, if we go there, we don't take at least 1 point, we're screwed.
Yep.
Wolves don't give a fuck. They're like, we go there, it's either 3 points or, there's no point, right?
6-0.
6-0, right? We're either going there, fuck shit up, we get 3 points, we get 1 point, or we lose. We're happy with either.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go at him.
Yeah.
They went at him.
Yeah.
They took the 3 points. Right? And now teams, when they play City, they don't have that mental barrier anymore where, all right, we're just gonna get cornered for 90 minutes. It's actually no. If we attack, then we can break him down because we're both professional teams. Yes, they're gonna have more ball control. They're gonna have more chances.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But if we get more clinical, we can actually have a go at them.
Yep.
And that's why City dropped a little bit more this year than they did last year. They are dropping points.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna work out in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because now put City against a team like Bayer Leverkusen. Are they in the Champions League?
I don't think so, but there's still
They make it.
I don't think so, but there's still. I mean, there's always good
they're
teams
force.
in Champions League, right?
Therefore, they're a unit of a team.
Yeah.
Right? But even if you put them against a team like, I don't know, Inter Milan. Inter Milan had a go at them last year. They almost pulled it off.
Final was tight.
The final was tight.
Probably tighter
right?
than they
Pretty
expected.
tight, right?
Yeah.
And to be fair, City, got away with 1 or 2, right? Unfortunately, they didn't. But but if you put a team against Man City right now and they go all out attack, they can get him.
Oh man,
it's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be like fireworks of a game.
Oh, crazy!
That's why you go to the Middle East to watch it.
To watch football. Why?
Yeah, you never heard about it?
No.
So you know how you were telling me right now that it's 8 p.m. kickoff and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you condition yourself to checking the match at 3 a.m. and whatnot. I don't have that. So back in the Middle East,
Because you got good time zone.
Yeah. Perfect time. Not even good times. Perfect in the Middle East. The way that it works over there, the nightlife is so big. There's no 5 p.m. shutting down. Yeah. Everything's open until 11, 12, 2 sometimes.
Yeah.
The nighttime is always there, the nightlife. 9:30 Champions League kickoff.
Oh, nice.
3 p.m. start the Premier League. No, 12 p.m. start the Premier League.
So lunchtime on a Saturday.
Lunchtime. 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Premier League.
Yeah.
No, not even Champions League. Sorry.
La Liga.
La Liga.
Yeah.
You got Bundesliga. You got Serie A.
Yeah.
You got French League if you're into that.
And it's just football.
Yeah. It's
So
just football.
8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Yeah.
You can just whatever you're into,
Yeah.
you get. And the life over there sets you up in a way where you can do it.
Yep.
You don't have to worry, I got work to do.
Yeah.
You got nothing to worry about.
We'll work around the football.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. You just set it up. And then if you had a long day, you can just go to a shisha bar with your friends.
Yeah.
You can go to a local cafe.
Yeah.
Right? Just watch the game. You know, 9:30, whatever.
Did you get into Matildas and Socceroos during the World Cup?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Aussie there?
Yeah, that was my citizen certificate
Citizenship ceremony.
Yeah, that was my verification moment.
Nice.
But, yeah, that's when I considered myself one of the boys.
Nice.
Right? Because
only football, man.
dude,
Only football can do that.
Only football.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing right now. We were at my first footy game. I've never been footy.
Right.
My mates were like, all right, we're gonna go footy. We want to watch this Carlton North Melbourne game. What's it?
Yep.
Right, this season.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, I'll come.
Yep.
Should be good. I've never been. Cool. and it just happened to be the France-Australia game at the same time.
Oh, Matildas.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Remember that
everyone was
penalty
watching.
shootout? Yeah. And
yeah.
so what happened is the game was due to finish, and then the game starts. They went extra time, right? And so we pulled to the stadium. The footy game started. Like, we can hear him like calling the lineup, and everyone just the announcer thing going, "Who's the footy time?" Right? Dude, no one was in the stadium. No one was in the stadium.
Everyone's at the bars watching.
No, everyone was just like, how you walk into the stadium, there's like that lobby,
kind of area.
the lobby where it's like serving food. And it was jam packed. It was jam packed, bro. To the point where like someone was just like, how they toot the horn to start the game. Someone was like in the lobby was like, "Shut up! I'm trying to watch the game, dude." It was so crazy because like I was standing there, my Italian friend right next to me, someone Indian right here, someone Fijian right here. You got a black dude right here, you got a white guy right here, you got an Arab right there. Everyone was just watching the Matildas, and everyone went crazy when that last penalty went in. When they missed it, they fucked it all up, right? I was like, come on, right? It was so good. It was so good.
Man, that's for me.
The Women's World Cup was a huge win in Australia.
Man, it was massive, and like the boys beforehand, we lost to Argentina. We almost took them to extra time. Yeah, no, the world champions, right?
Yeah.
So like,
we almost battered Argentina.
That's the crazy thing about football in Australia, man, is that we are, we perform at such a high level on that global stage, and in a country where in Melbourne there's like 23 professional sporting teams.
Yeah,
it's wild,
crazy.
Right? And football is just one of them.
Yeah.
But we compete so well, and I think that the great thing the game has is this, exactly what you said. How many people in that moment, and taking your point further, I saw after the semi-final there were people obviously leaving after we lost to England, and leaving the stadium in Sydney, and there was two girls, and they stand out to me because they look like Somali or Eritrean or something, hijabs, wearing Matildas tops, and they're like in really like Aussie accents. Oh, your camera again, bro.
Oh Lord.
Was in really Aussie accents. They go, "Oh, that's all right. We're gonna be back in 4 years' time. This team's gonna be." I was like, I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
Way, bro.
Right?
It's crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen two African girls wearing Aussie colours, talking proudly about a team that represents them.
Just going crazy about it.
There's no sport that can do that.
No.
It's football by a country mile.
Yeah. And like the thing about it too is even when we took the loss to Argentina, like usually when coming from Iraq, the team gets criticized a lot. And if I compare it to here, these guys always back their team.
Yeah, that's
true. No matter what.
Yep.
We always back the team, even if they lose,
Yep.
even if they underperform, even if they don't go up to standards. People are always, when you interview them, when you talk to them, they're like, "Yeah, look, mate, it was we had our chances, we didn't take care of it. We could have gone up, but it's all right. We're gonna come back stronger. All hope in the boys, they can get it done next year, maybe the
Credit
year
to
after."
The boys.
Yeah, credit to the boys. Yeah. We had a good time, fun run, pretty good. Yeah, Australia, go on next time, man.
Yeah.
They always have that.
Hiddink coached us in 2006.
Who?
Gus Hiddink.
Oh yeah,
coached Australia in 2006, and obviously he's Madrid, PSV, Chelsea, all the places he coached.
Yeah.
He said that the mentality of Australians in everything, but when you apply that to football, like work hard, grind, work their ass off basically.
Yeah.
But you then add a coaching level around skills and tactics and technical ability, combine that with that attitude, world beaters basically. And that 2016 was unreal. It's the best Australian national team we've had. Actually, this Matildas might be better than that. Like pound for pound, might be better than that team.
Performance-wise, yeah.
Performance-wise and ability. I mean, look, the front three of the Matildas, bro, they play at Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And even our heyday, we had, Kuhl and Viduka and Aloisi, and, they played at good clubs, but they weren't. There wasn't those three that kind of stature.
Fucking Carpenter, bro.
Yeah, Elliot Leon, and then who else you got? You got Catley, Cooney Cross, and Ford at Arsenal. Yeah. Kennedy and Fowler at City. Huge, man.
Crazy, bro.
Huge. And then Sam Kerr, Chelsea, obviously.
And Sam Kerr, bro. That goal made me do donuts in my kitchen.
The GOAT. What a strike, man.
What a strike, bro.
What a strike.
I was watching. I was like, no way.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, pass. She's
Yeah,
on because the girl, I think it
yeah,
was Ford, was in
yeah.
front of her. I was like, just put her through.
Yeah.
She rockets
Yeah,
one, man.
shoots it, bro,
Top
out
corner.
of nowhere.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's just one of those moments where, like, fuck it, I'm Sam Kerr.
Yeah. I'm Sam Kerr all the way.
Yeah,
Team
right.
Sam Kerr.
It's just, she pulled it off, but like, you know, it is. She was injured as well.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
right.
injured. She
And
was
that
injured.
that you know, as someone who you would have seen yesterday, Terry Venables passed away. Did you see that? Terry Venables passed away. So he was
Yeah.
You weren't even born.
No.
In '97,
No.
we played Iran at the MCG. It was to get into the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it was two-legged.
Yeah.
So we drew 1-1 with them there. Kuhl was 17, bro,
Whoa.
playing for Australia. And then we came to MCG, 95,000 people. We're like, this is it. We're going to make the World Cup after like 25 years or something more. And we were 2-0 up. 1-0 up at halftime, 2-0 after about 55. And actually, the guy who scored the second goal is now the coach of Melbourne City, Aurelio Vidmar.
Ooh.
Yeah. But at halftime, we should have been up. I'm not even exaggerating. We should have been up like 6-0.
Wow.
Like we smashed them.
Wow.
Just would not go in. Then we're up 2-0. And then this guy runs onto the field and he cuts the net.
No way.
Yeah, he cuts the nets, the goals,
Yeah.
right? And the game stops for like 15 minutes or so.
Wow.
And then we lose the momentum. They score one, and then everyone's panicking.
No.
Everyone's like, "Oh my god, they score another!" They go through on away goals, and literally last minute they slip him through, and he goes around Bosnich and just tucks it bottom corner.
What an
And
idiot,
it's
man.
2-2, and it's done. And people like that ended careers, man. Like there were people pretty much never played for the national team again. Like it was devastating. And Australian football, that's when I was coming back to when Sam Kerr got injured before the World Cup. I'm like, because everyone was like, Matilda's pre-World Cup. They could win the thing, right? We could go all the way. Got Sam Kerr, got a good team around her. The day before a World Cup, she's injured. Our best player's injured. Yeah. I'm like, Australian football is cursed. Yeah. Like every time we get this close to glory, something happens.
Something happens, yeah.
But I still think they did pretty well, man. I think semi-final was a good result.
They did amazing.
Yeah.
Even that England match, we got a little bit outplayed, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think mentally after the France game, they must have been fried. Because
they must have been.
The whole country, like, watched the France game, right? The viewership and all that was through the roof. So I reckon emotionally, mentally, physically, just everything, you just fried
it pushed
after
him. It pushed him.
Yeah, for sure.
It really pushed him.
For sure. Yeah. I mean,
that's nice.
There's not many things that connect people. Food, football, music. Can't think of too many other things that people will all come together and celebrate or congregate or, you know?
Some of them weird parties in the city.
I don't know what you're into, bro, on your weekends. Whatever you're into, that's fine with me, man.
I go on Reddit a lot.
You get what?
I go on Reddit a lot.
I can see. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's not many things that can do it, I think. And I think, like we just talked about with Matildas, you know, and the people how it brought people together. You know, people, even the men's World Cup, right? People sitting at Fed Square at 3 o'clock in the morning lighting flares. You know? Yeah. You one of them? Love it.
Got away from the first, but
yeah.
had one light up right next to me, though.
Yeah, don't doubt it.
That's crazy, bro. When we scored that goal against Argentina, my friend was right here. The other one was right here. Like 1.5 seconds between this and the goal, and I'm in the middle of the mush, and I don't know where my friend's at.
Yeah.
It just sucks you in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. And there's not many things that can do it. And yeah, it's very cool to be able to be in it. I think now influence.
You're in it too, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Melbourne City.
Melbourne City. Yeah.
How does that feel?
Awesome, man.
What do you do?
So, my title's head of community, which means I sort of head up the club's charitable arm. We really look at how football can be used for social impact.
Wow.
So, how you can sort of use football to then, particularly with young people, influence them around healthy choices, education, employment, respectful relationships, those sort of things. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I've got a pretty cool job. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah,
which is very cool because like not a lot of people can sit down and say that, because you know a lot of people have to do a lot worse or more like raw jobs or more traditional styles, and some people do it out of necessity. But like me and you, people like us, we get to do these things.
Yeah.
Like we get to sit down for me, talk for you, do what you like in football.
Yeah.
Because we just gotta not take it for granted.
Man, 100%. And like when I go, you know, I sometimes have to go in the city for meetings, or whatever, and I drive in, and I see the traffic, and like, I'm stuck in the traffic because we're in Casey Field, so I'm against traffic the whole way there. And I go into the city, and you see people in cars, and like, man, they look depressed as, man. And they look like they don't want to be there. The grind is killing them. And I go, fuck, I'm pretty lucky to do what I love and like have a good time doing it, work with good people, and be in an elite football environment, even though I'm not a very good footballer. Good at talking about it.
Yeah.
But I'm a very good player.
Really? You ever tried before?
No, I played as a kid, yeah. I was fine as a kid. I was just
What
average. Hey?
Done your knee?
Nah, I can't even say that, bro. I can't even say like, I did my knee. Otherwise, I would have been so good. I wasn't even that good.
You gotta put it up there, though.
What's that?
You gotta put it up there.
Oh man, I could have been at West Ham, bro. Oh man, I had to try at West Ham.
out of all people.
I could try at West Ham, bro. Oh, then just all fell apart.
Dude, I had a friend that tried at AC Milan.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
AC Milan in Iraq?
No. He's an actual Italian.
Oh right, yeah.
So he tried at AC Milan, Genoa, and
Wow.
Sampdoria.
Yep.
And one other club that's like massive.
Yeah, right.
In Genoa, when they were like playing top flight,
Yeah. I
they
mean,
actually got accepted.
did he?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Did his knee?
Nah.
Oh.
he chickened out.
Really?
Yeah. That's what he says.
Pressure.
Like, because like he's Aussie-born Australian, and when I always talk to him,
Aussie-born Italian. Aussie-born Italian.
Yeah. Aussie-born Italian, and when we always used to talk, you probably would have met him though. He used to play at. How long have you been working in Melbourne City for?
2.5.
Okay, maybe you wouldn't have met him. He used to play for Man City under 17s and under 19s.
Oh right.
Giovanni.
Okay.
Yeah, Giovanni. He's a good player, right? We used to go to school together. When I talked to him, I was like, what happened? He goes, well, listen, it's not as easy as people make it to be.
No way, man.
Right? You don't just go there and then you make the top flight and then, you know, the whole fantasy thing that we have in our brain, it works out as you expect it to work out. He goes, I went there. I lived in a small complex room with someone else. He goes, first of all, I'm not Italian. I'm Aussie-born Italian. They can tell. They can tell. And when they can tell, you know, they treat you different.
Yep.
And he goes, even my language isn't that isn't that good. He goes, I went there as 16, 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
The pressure is 10 times worse.
Because you were right at the pointy end then. You're going to make it or not, 16 or 17.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then like, he got like obviously funded by his family, which is cool. He didn't have to work or anything. Because that part is cool. Like I can deal with that. But then you go there and it's so surreal. Like he got to train with Maldini Jr.
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah, the one that's actually making first team right now.
Yeah.
He goes, he's a shit dog, but you know, like I beat him, you know. I guess you know that's in the CV now.
That's in the bank, man. That's done.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He goes like I literally like trained with him, and he's not that good, but now he's making first team, so you know. Right. But like he goes, the whole experience over there is scary because like you get accepted. But you don't know if you're gonna make it on the bench. You don't know if you're gonna make it first team. You know, you're basically risking your life, essentially to like.
It's a gamble.
It's a gamble, and you're not gonna know if you know this is a one-way ticket or not.
Yeah.
Because like he goes, okay, what if I go there and I sit on the bench for like 3 seasons and nothing come about it, and then that's it, I'm done for. This is my career. I'm a bench warmer, right? Come to think about it right now, it's one of those things that you have to do or die.
Yeah.
Right? To go out of your way and sacrifice everything and go there and want to have that career, that professional career, it's a do or die. There is no going back.
Man, 100%. And like, not do or die for you, but your parents too, right?
Yeah.
They're putting it all on the line, like financially, like all the trips to training. Like, it's a huge commitment, man.
But for him, he had something to fall back on, which was a problem in my opinion. Because once you have something to fall back on, you can just easily go, okay, this is not for me. Pressure got too real. Fuck it, I'm just going back. You know, I had it better over there anyway.
Yeah.
I used to play for, you know, Melbourne City under 19.
Yeah.
I can easily switch to, you know, Western United, which he did.
Yeah.
And then now he's just playing MPL, I think. And
Yeah.
he's like non-league right now. I'm not sure, but like it's a sad drop off.
Yeah.
Either way, he's a good player, but he didn't think he could. He has what it takes.
Yeah.
Pressure got to him.
And this is what we were talking about before, right? Around like, you know, how far Australia is from the rest of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like you're literally packing up your bags,
Putting everything on the line.
flip a coin, you're gonna make it or not, basically. It's hard. It's really hard. And I think he's right, because like, you know, the glamorous sort of, you know, everyone sees, oh, Champions League or this or Premier League grounds, and, you know, it sounds amazing. Again, when I was in London, I worked at Charlton Athletic Football Club. So when I started, we were in Championship.
Yeah.
And then when I finished, we were in League One.
Wow.
And League One is like, it's tough, man. It's brutal, right? It's just rugby players. Like, they're all massive units, right? All the teams are big boys. And but you look at, you know, being in and around Charlton and the training ground and things like that, like, you know, players come, players go, man.
Yeah.
Like it's hard.
Yeah.
And like you get in that, particularly in that lower Championship, League One, you get a lot of like journeyman type players. And if you like Wikipedia some of these guys, like their list of clubs, like it's longer than, the list is longer than my arm, bro. Like it's just, they've just year after year change. And it's tough.
It's crazy.
Mentally, that must be really tough.
It's crazy.
If you've got families, like if you've got a kid or if you've got a missus or a partner, like, man, that must be hard because you're constantly packing your bags, you know, constantly looking for the next gig. So it's the top end of football sounds and feels amazing,
It does.
but that is 5% of everyone's story,
It
you know,
really is.
because there's so many people, you know, striving for
much
that.
Players that didn't make it.
And you worry about, you know, parents putting pressure on kids as well, right? Because, you know, to your point around, particularly in places like, you know, South America or parts of Europe where it's like, okay, this kid's got to make it so we can all get out, basically.
Yeah. So to get out.
That's a lot of pressure,
That's a lot
man.
of fucking pressure. Yeah.
For on a 15-year-old kid who doesn't even know who he or she is at that point, that's a lot.
And even if they do make it, you don't know if they're going to be a monumental player or just a bench warmer
Correct.
or just another player.
Correct.
Like, think about how many players there are that are just another player.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Like all these mid-table teams,
Yep.
even the top flight teams, like the, you know, Bundesliga. Think about, like, if you can name 5 players right now from Stuttgart. For
No
example.
chance.
No chance.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
But then it makes you really appreciate the players that did make it and maintain for that long.
Yeah.
You look at players like Cristiano Ronaldo,
Yeah.
prime example,
Yeah.
38 years going strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
That's incredible mental resilience, isn't it?
Yeah, and even when he came, where he came from, especially, like that guy was literally cleaning streets.
Yep.
Not even him. Messi.
Yep.
Poor environment. You know, Pele. Poor environment.
Yep.
All these players, even like the players that we have, Virgil van Dijk. He's a big, you know, dishwasher. Whatever it is. Payet. You saw a kind of close shot.
Payet, yeah. Even different one, Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy.
Comes up late, you know, like 28, 29. That's when he hits his straps. He's playing League One, you know.
Yeah, and then Premier League champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like yeah.
And I think, like, as good a story that is, like, you know, and that's obviously an awesome story, it's almost like hard, like, people hang on to those kind of stories and go, I could have a Jamie Vardy type breakout, right? So I'll keep playing till I'm like 24, 25. Maybe I'll get, you know, it'll break through then. Again, that's so hard. Like, it's such a minority that would happen to.
It's like 1 in a million.
Correct.
Yeah.
It makes it really tough. Yeah. Really, really tough.
I mean, not even 1 in a million, like, even worse.
Yeah, and we're talking about cricket before as well. And similar with cricket now, like in India, like parents are like pushing boys and girls to get in. Obviously, we're already into cricket, but if you can get an IPL contract, right, Indian Premier League, you know, that's your family cleared out of, you know, potential poverty on a basis of an 8-week contract that you can get once a year. Yeah. And you could just be a squad player. You wouldn't even have to be a player. And, you know, you've made enough money for your family for 5 years or more. So it's a lot of gotta look at that, how much pressure we place on people in those situations, because it's a lot, and some can fall off a cliff and turn to, you know, all the alcohol and gambling and that sort of stuff, and others can go the other way and excel in that environment. It's just different strokes for different folks.
What's the ratio like for wages in the cricket Premier League in India?
Good question. It's pretty high. Like, you got Australian players like earning like a couple of mil for 2 weeks, for 8 weeks work. Whoa. Yeah, because the way it works is because cricket's not like football where like it's club and then you play country. It's mostly country.
Okay.
And then the because the IPL is so new, they've created a window for it. So everyone's available to play this club-based tournament for sort of 2 months or 2.5 months. And then because of all the big Indian businesses backing the tournament, there's so much money in it. There's money from broadcasters and things like that.
So what would be like the lowest thing a player has right now in that league?
In IPL?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, man, but I'd imagine it'd be
100,000 a week?
Easy.
Whoa.
Easy. Yeah. Because the squad would be about 20.
Yeah.
20 or so.
Yeah.
And there's, I think, where are we up to? About at least 8 teams, if not 10 teams.
10 teams, yeah.
Yeah, and then mostly you're going to have Indian players, and then you sprinkle it with like your best Australian, English, South African, New Zealand imports to give it a bit of star power.
Okay.
And then
holy shit.
You're away, man.
Wow.
You got owners owned by Bollywood superstars, half the teams.
Really?
Yeah. So you've got some serious coin behind it.
Wow.
It's pretty fascinating.
Maybe I should switch to the cricket.
You can just do both.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, the tacos ad. Why not do both?
What's the age gap for cricket? When do you know your ship has sailed if you haven't made it?
Actually, that's a really good question and a really interesting one about cricket, because now with IPL, like, guys are getting picked up really late as well.
What's really late?
Like early 20s.
Okay.
Even mid 20s. Because T20 cricket, that's what we're talking about, the difference between the different formats, right? Because T20 cricket, like, you need to, if you're a bowler, you need to be able to bowl like different variations. So like fast, slow ball bouncer, that sort of thing. If you're a batter, if you can slog it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Test cricket, you can slog, but you'll get out eventually. Yeah. They'll get you out eventually. Yeah. But in T20 cricket, if you can slog and you can hit like, 50 off like 20 balls, you're a big asset, right? And if you can you roll the dice, because it might not happen every game, but if it happens once every 3 games, it's probably justifiable enough for you to be picked up and get a gig. So that's what we're saying, like, people are refining their skills now to point more towards slogging it rather than play Test cricket where you need to block and work on your technique and, work on your footwork. It's very technical. Whereas this is like baseball, right? Yeah. Like see ball, right? Smack it out of the stadium. Yeah. That's what you got to do. And if you're a bowler, you just need to find different ways of getting the batsman out. Whereas in Test cricket, your bowling is like same spot, hit the same spot all the time, and then throw in a variation every now and then. Whereas T20 is like every ball different when you're bowling. So it's pretty crazy.
They go for ages, the games.
Test cricket?
Yeah.
5 days, bro.
No, not even Test. Like even a one-day game. I used to remember when I used to play for Craven. There used to be a cricket pitch right next to us. We start the game at like, I don't know, 10:30. We go warm up, 9:30. These guys are there. We start the game, we're playing around. Halftime, I go to the locker room. These guys are there. We finish the game, packing up, leaving. These guys are there. I go home, have lunch, go to the restaurant next to the club. I come back. These guys are there. Right? They don't.
But you know what, though? So the story is that in club cricket, guys play club cricket, so they don't have to do chores on the weekend at home. That's basically what it is. What would you do? Rather play cricket with your mates in the park, drink a few beers afterwards, or like cut the lawn and do the laundry and hang out with the family? No, I don't do that. I don't play club cricket.
Hey, listen, man. It sounds wise.
And you come home, how's the game today? Oh, yeah, I got bowled out first ball. What would you do for the rest of the time? I just sat around, man.
Just kicking it, bro.
Just sat around. So shit sport, man.
Oh, Lord.
I feel like cricket's one of those things where, like, if I could get the choice of just forgetting cricket and never being associated with it, I worked in it too, actually. But if I had the choice of never being like connected to India and like watching all the games and feeling every loss and feeling every, and I could just wake up tomorrow like, Men in Black, where you get the thing and they delete your memory, I would do it, man. It's too painful. I can't do cricket anymore. I'm sick of it.
You're tied in it now.
Hey?
You're tied in
it's
it.
In for life,
it's
bro.
In your blood.
I got no choice.
There's
man.
no way out.
Yeah.
You're like a South American.
Yeah.
Born in Brazil.
Yeah. There's no way out.
Exactly.
There's no way out. And you know what? I'll make my kids suffer too. I'll make sure they have the same sickness.
Oh, they're born in Australia, man.
Nah, they go for India, bro.
Ah, they do?
They have to. They got no choice. They got no choice. So, yeah.
That's kind of fascist, don't you think?
Yeah, probably. That's how it happened to me. Granddad said, "Come here, sit on my leg. Watch this. This is what happens here."
Dad, I like tennis. No.
Yeah.
What kind of bet?
Well, yeah, my little one, so a little boy, he's 16, 17 months. He walks around the house, finds like, we've got like bouncy, small, like tennis ball type thing.
Yeah.
He picks them up and he just piffs him, man.
What a man.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. And my wife's like, he's got a really like good throw. I was like, yeah, man, I think we got someone to work with here. I really tried to get my daughter into it. She's just not having it. She watched like 3 minutes. She's like, can I watch a craft video? Can I watch this? Can I watch... So it's not happening for her, but maybe there's a bit of hope on the boy.
Project Mbappe for credit.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, if it's going to be Project Saudi League for football and Project IPL for things, so I can retire, bro. Put my feet up.
What's that guy's name that won the best player in the Cricket World Cup? The Indian guy.
Virat Kohli?
Yeah? Is that what his name?
Yep.
Yeah, they lost a final. They posted him and they posted the Mbappe photo because he got the Mbappe treatment. Best player in the league,
yeah. Lost the final, yeah.
Kind of sad. So I was like, this guy is like really frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, that's giving him an award
and
right now.
He's mega, man. Like,
These are like the GOAT.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, in modern times, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, because of the population of India, like, he has more Instagram followers than like LeBron.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
It's huge, bro.
Damn.
Massive.
They got outplayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his popularity and commercially, he's worth a lot of money. But he won a World Cup in 2011, but he was like a young kid then. This is kind of like meant to be his like coronation, kind of like, you know, you're the man.
Yeah.
And
like his Messi moment.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly right. It was his Messi moment. And India did India.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give him a penalty each game, did they?
Yeah, that would be nice. He pretty much, I think he scored quite a few hundreds though. So
Hundreds?
it's almost like getting a penalty. He's banging hundreds. So he did well. He did well. It just fell over at the end, huh?
Yeah, sure. I didn't have Colomwani. I hated that minute so bad. I hated it, bro. I hated that game. The Colomwani moment. You know, when he just whacked it at Martinez when he got that last volley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a goal wide open, you know. Like, how do you waste that chance?
Yeah.
Goal wide open.
You know, I actually haven't watched the World Cup final back. I've got to do that, actually.
Yeah, it's a great game. You watched it live, though, yeah?
I watched it live, of course. Yeah.
And
I watched it live. My sister, she came back from London that day with a boyfriend. He's English, so they got up to watch it, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch with you guys.
That'd be down for it, yeah.
And they were like jet lagged, so they were like up, like pumped, and I'm like falling asleep. And then the second goal goes in, third goal, I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So, I got to watch it again, man. It's what
crazy.
A game, huh?
It was a blood boiling game.
Yeah.
Because like the whole tournament was blood boiling for me. I hated each and every single Argentina game.
Yeah.
Dude, they might as well just like, you know, gave them the World Cup before it started.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, but like they were not very nice in that when they were winning, were they? Was the Dutch game with the penalty shootout? Was it the Dutch game?
Yeah, they were almost.
And when they scored the winning pen, they basically didn't even celebrate. They just ran past them and gave them the bird.
Yeah. They're assholes, bro.
Yeah.
Even their fans.
Martinez.
Martinez, DePaul.
Yeah.
Dude, don't get me started. The whole team is just like, you know, it's so disgusting.
But I still like a little bit because all my United mates, and the only thing they cling on to
is Ronaldo.
Yeah. And it's done, bro. The GOAT discussion is done. It's over. It's Messi.
Yeah, it's a bit sad though. I always have this debate. It's like, it should have never ended.
Why?
Because like we can then keep rambling about it, right?
And I think we'll stop everyone rambling about it.
Yeah, I know. Like even till this day, people just keep backing Ronaldo, which you know he didn't really win the World Cup.
No.
So, you know, me personally, I just don't like the way Messi won it. So now I'm a
So you just
Messi
neither
terrorizer. No, I like Ronaldo.
Oh really?
I like Ronaldo more.
Really?
Yeah, for a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
I just like him more. Like the guy's got character. He's got charisma.
Yeah.
He's more of a Ronaldo right now. I'll tell you, I hated Ronaldo back in the day.
Yeah.
I hated him, bro. He's so evil. He complains a lot. He's so annoying.
Yeah.
But then you grow and you watch them too, and then.
So did you start Messi and go Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Right. You're a changer.
Yeah.
Switch teams.
Yeah. Not that much, but like, you know, every 2 months.
That's quite often.
No, like I started with liking Messi because like the way he plays.
Yeah,
it's just
that
quiet.
Barca team, right?
That Barca team. He goes
Amazing.
in, fucks shit up, doesn't talk, leaves.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Ronaldo complained a lot. But then the more I watched, I was like, oh, hold on, this guy's got like actual character.
Yeah.
that guy is a good footballer, but this guy's got
Zero
more
personality.
Zero personality. This guy's like actually committed to what he's doing.
Yeah.
This guy is like, he's a unit of a guy. Like you see him take his shirt off.
Oh.
He does that like posing thing. Like the guy is shredded. Like this is a top athlete.
Yeah. And
this
he's
is
38 now.
38, right? Takes his shirt off, still shredded. This guy is like peak human performance. Okay.
Sports science like studying him, trying to figure out how this guy's doing this at 38 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I liked him, and I think a guy that reminds me of him right now when I hated him is Garnacho.
All right.
Yes, Garnacho right now is what I hated about Ronaldo back in the day. So if Garnacho can grow to be what Ronaldo is right now, more power to you.
Garnacho would be happy to have half the career Ronaldo had, I reckon.
Yes.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, the two of them are just insane.
Yeah, but think about it. Ronaldo started late. Like by the time Mbappe has got 500 goals now, Ronaldo would have been like 24.
Yep.
Right? He didn't even get as many trophies as Messi did when he was his age.
No. So Ronaldo was 18 at United, left United at 24, 5?
23, I think.
23 for Real Madrid, yeah.
Messi, when he was 23, 24, had like 3 Ballon d'Ors already. Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah,
That's actually insane.
Crazy.
Especially like when you consider like, as I get older, I'm looking at it and go, oh, when I was 16, I was doing this. Like, I was playing professional football at 16. I could barely play in my school team at 16. Yeah.
Camado made the Calcio, the Serie A's youngest player in their history at 15.
Wow.
That AC Milan player, they subbed him on the other day. 15 years old, youngest player in the
Serie A.
Serie A.
Wow.
AC Milan. Camado, I think his name is. Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy, man. And that's the thing, like with these two, like they are so far ahead of everyone in history.
It's crazy.
And it's hard to judge, right? Maradona, Pele, and then who knows where Haaland and Mbappe will end up as well in the next little while. Like Haaland breaking all the records. Yeah. So, but the fact that I think the longevity of both of them,
it's to be admired. To be admired. That's what we were talking about. Like when you make it to the top flight, it's not just I made it to the top flight and that's it. It's you gotta keep up. You gotta. And these guys like set the bar too high.
Yeah,
too high.
They blew it up.
Way out of proportion. Like we don't even know if we're gonna get something like that again. They said the same thing about Ronaldo, Pele, and Maradona. We didn't get the same thing. We got something way better.
Yeah, true.
Way better.
True.
Haaland and Mbappe, I don't know though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
What you don't know about?
It's too late for them to go full Messi, Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think the records are done. I don't think anyone's beating the records. Yes. So it's just more like how you go about it, what are you going to win, that sort of thing now as well. So I saw Messi live twice or 3 times now.
Whoa. Inter Miami, going full out?
No. Nou Camp?
Yeah.
I saw Xavi's last game in Nou Camp and they won the league.
Oh, yeah. 2015?
2015. Yeah. That was crazy. And then I saw him here, played Socceroos at the MCG, Argentina.
Yeah.
He hit the post from like 30 meters out.
Boom, boo, shakan.
And I'm a fan. And then the post, I remember the sound of the post. I'm like, oh my God, that guy smacked the ball so hard. I mean, it's just like a magician, man. Like he's walking.
He is
like
walking.
I love when you go watch live football, particularly like the big teams, right? I love watching the superstar players. Like, what are they doing off the ball?
Yeah.
And like, all these people are like, oh, you got to study them, and they do this. And he's just walking.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
He's just walking, pick up a water bottle, throw it on the ground, and then bang, gets in the middle of the park, give him the ball.
Yeah.
And he's ready to go.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
And he just turns it on from there.
Yeah. If you see it the whole time, Messi is just. He doesn't even put like 90% of his energy into running. He's just walking, scanning. Yeah. Because he knows he can predict the game. Yeah. He can see like 5 next move what's gonna happen, right? Yeah. Which is like super crazy because this is like football. Yeah. He dribbles in like slow motion. Yeah. Right. He gets the ball in areas that are really tight, and he knows the right pass to pick. He knows when to shoot. He knows how to shoot. He knows which foot to use. He's pretty much completed all of that.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty much completed all of that.
100%.
His brain works differently.
Yeah, 100%. And, when you look at, like, we're talking about, like, development of footballs and, like, how, like, these two stand apart, like, different contexts completely, I appreciate. So, in my role, I get to take players out to different places and schools and things like that. And we took this guy, Jordan Boss. So he played for Socceroos recently, Melbourne City. Now he's playing in Belgium, KFC KVC, I think it is, Westerlo.
Mm.
So he's an academy graduate, Melbourne City. Played in the first team for 2 years. Had an amazing year last year. Got picked up, moved overseas. Young kid, 20 years old, on his way, right? In soccer, he's left back. Like, amazing story. So he used to, because he lived close to the training ground and where all our schools that we work with, they're all sort of around there. So he used to do a lot of them with me. So he used to come out a lot. So he came to a school and this kid's trying to nutmeg him. Right, a little shit kid, right? And like, I'm going to make you bossy, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, mate, just get out of here, sort of mucking around with him. And then he did a bit of a Q&A, signed a few autographs, and the kid's playing a game. And he's like, I'll have a quick kick. I'm like, oh, okay. Don't get injured or anything. He's like, I'll just stand in the middle or whatever, right? So he stands in the middle. And like ball comes to him and he like beats one of them, like just fakes him, like whatever. And like he's just taking the piss, right? And he just rockets one off like half a step. And it hits the crossbar and flies over the school roof, basically, right? And all the kids are like, yeah, that time in the school ground where everyone just stops and goes, holy shit, right? And I was like, holy shit. Is that how a professional footballer hits a ball? Because they were just like, do it again. And he's just like, no, I'm out. Yeah. But it's cool because, like, you know, when you have that context, when you're like, you know, he's just a young kid on his way, playing in Europe, international. Yeah. He's quite good. Yeah. But the fact that, you know, people like Messi and Ronaldo can do that in a primetime game for 20 years.
Week in, week out.
It's insane,
it's
man.
Crazy.
It's insane. Like, some of it's got to be God given. It can't all be hard work. Some of it's got to be God given because it's on another level.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's talent combined with hard work. 100%. You gotta be like genuinely talented, and you gotta like have the love for your craft,
the grind,
because you're doing it week in, week out. You get drained doing it.
It's hard, bro. And like physically, you know, you're getting kicked. You got knocks everywhere. Maybe you lose a couple of games and you're like, oh, I can't be arsed with this.
Diet is one thing too.
Yeah, diet. And then what about the team, right? Like, I think what people overlook big time in football is like, you got 20 blokes come together every week. Not everyone's going to like each other.
No.
Not everyone's going to get along.
Yeah.
And if things go bad, fingers start winning pretty quickly. Yeah. Like,
it can get pretty toxic.
100%, man. Yeah. So, like, for that environment, you know, to excel in that environment, it takes, you know, real leadership, real guidance, good characters, strong characters. Yeah. There's so many other factors that to like beyond the 90 minutes that play such a big part in it. That people, I think, when you and me just go right Optus Sport or Paramount to watch A-League, bang, and then you're on clicking, and then you're like game plays and you turn it off and you're done, but. Man, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes as well.
100%. But we don't really think about that because it's just like background work for us.
Yeah.
The watcher. For us, it's just like we, you know, it's like you said, we tune in. We expect what we expect. You know, this is our team. We support it. We expect this, that out of it. We want it to get done right. We want it to like carry us through because like the thing is, it's very like psychological to us as the viewer as well. Because I don't know if you watched what Gad Saad was talking about one time.
Yeah.
About how it links to your kind of like manhood in a way. And the way you pick a team and the way you support the team, it actually made sense.
Really?
Yeah, because like
So all Liverpool supporters are great blokes?
Pretty much. Right, because like he was talking about how if your team, the team you support, because like when you go there and you're all entangled up with emotion and you're like really shouting and you're like really going out for it, your testosterone levels are basically through the roof, right? You're going full primal. And if your team wins, then all of those emotions and all of those chemicals in your brain, they're just going to get amplified, right? And then you're just like really G'd up, you're more social, you're more confident, you get along with people better. Whereas if your team loses, you're not as like hyped up, you're not as confident, you go walk around with your head down a little bit, right? So it goes fuming. So it goes for ladies, like if you want to have a good relationship, you gotta play you gotta win teams actually win, you know. You got a good chance of like actually having babies this time.
That's I think how many babies are born during the World Cup and all that
during the World Cup,
or conceived during the World Cup.
Babe, some could just put a screamer in. Come on.
We won 2-0. Feeling good.
Yeah, but like we've had a rough 5 years before Jurgen Klopp. Now we're back up. We're pretty good. So we're doing good.
It's good times, man.
It's amazing times. Do you go for any A-League teams, or are you forced to go for Melbourne City?
I'm not forced to go for Melbourne City, but I think when you're just in the club every day, you just naturally you ride the waves of wins and losses because you're just there, right? It's you, like you're part of it as well. So you're not obviously not kicking the ball on the weekend, but you're a part of that as well. So yeah,
you got to be emotionally invested in a way.
Yeah, you just are. I think I don't know what it is, like just being in the environment, you just are invested straight away. So yeah.
With that being said, I should probably take you to a victory game.
What's that?
I should probably take you to a victory game.
Yeah, if you want to, you can come to the derby if you want.
Really? When is it?
23rd
December.
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Oh really? You're off?
28 December. I'm off.
Okay.
Yeah, all the way back to the Middle East.
Oh yeah, nice.
Watch my Champions League at 9:30.
Oh
I
man,
missed it.
that is a dream as well.
Yeah, in the cafes.
But but you're a victory supporter, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good, man. I mean, look, anyone who supports a local game,
100%. Yeah,
that's good for me.
Now we got the second division.
Yeah,
we got
that's
Preston
exciting.
in.
Preston, Avondale, and South.
Yeah, South.
And I think I'm missing one.
No, it's only 3 from Melbourne.
Yeah, is that it? Yeah.
Should be good. We needed it.
Man, it's awesome. And that's the strength of the game, right? The strength of the game is grassroots.
Yeah.
Is those clubs. They've been around for a long time. They have a history. They have a connection to community. They have spiritual homes in their stadiums, in their grounds. That's what we need. Yeah. We need promotion and relegation, eventually.
We really do.
We'll get to that point.
Yeah.
I think that's really important as well. It'd be really good for the game. So, yeah.
No, football in Australia is different.
It's different. It's very different. It's very different. And it's hard for people to get their head around. But, for me, like, I grew up in Brisbane. And I remember when I was like 8 or 9, we went to a Brisbane Strikers game, the old NSL days.
Whoa.
Man, it was sick.
Yeah.
And so many people were there. It was so good.
So retro.
Oh, so retro, bro. I wish I got the kit. The kit was awesome. It was like this yellow kit, like a blue lightning bolt through it. It was sick, man. It was so good. So football in this country has so much history and so much connection to like the multicultural past as well, because all the clubs came in. They set up their clubs based on ethnicity, and then that became the problem, inverted commas, problem of sorts, because of the clashes between different ethnic groups. But I mean, I think hopefully we can come out the back of this and say, that's our strength, right? Our strength really is we're a global game. We bring communities together. Yeah. We all come under the banner of Australia. Yeah. Which is most important. Yeah. And we can hopefully grow as a sport, because genuinely, man, like you look at, Matildas are flying, right? And hopefully, I feel like Europe's going to catch up to the Matildas soon, like European countries in the women's space. Hopefully, the Matildas can kick on. But for our younger Socceroos, man, we got some talent.
We really do, yeah.
Talent, man. Like, there's some really good players, and even like.
Byron.
What's that?
Byron.
What a story, man! Yeah. Like, amazing. Yeah. And the thing that I hate, the thing where he goes and then the first thing on Twitter is, "Oh, you're just going to sit on the bench anyway." Oh, you're just going. Are you serious? A 17-year-old kid from Australia is going to play for Bayern Munich, and all you can say is he's going to sit on the bench anyway. Let's celebrate this, man. Let's pump it up. It's amazing. It's a great story. Yeah. And even like you talk to our academy coaches now, like they're saying like the standard every year, the standard's going up and up and up of how good some of these boys and girls are. And even where we're based at Casey Fields, I walk past and I see kids playing, and you look at like 10, 11-year-old kids playing. I'm like, there's no way I was half as good as that at 10 or 11.
No, yeah.
The standard's going up and up.
It is.
Yeah. And the funniest part of all, and we talked about footy before, like where we are in the southeast, so we're based at Casey Fields, Cranbourne, big multicultural population, big football, massive, right? Number one sport there by a mile. The schools that we work with and we do programs in and things like that, they're saying to me, I could fill 4 or 5 football soccer teams, and I'd struggle to get half an AFL team.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Melbourne, right?
Oh.
This is suburban Melbourne, out of southeast, granted, but I think people don't understand, like, if we can capture this audience and grow it together, we'll hopefully become a football nation, man. That's the hope. I think we're on the way. I hope we are anyway.
Yeah, I think we definitely are, because like all the communities that we have right here, most of the communities that we have right here came from a background where football was a big thing.
Yep.
You look at the Greeks, you look at the Italians, you look at the Middle Easterns.
Yep.
Shit, even India has its own league.
And now African communities too.
African communities, they're all big on football. And so it's not just, Australia is a country of English settlers and you're just making an English part too, right? No, it's not that. That football at some stage in this country was a relief for these people.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
They just come around there from immigrant backgrounds. They still want to like get away from their problems, have a kick around, gets people together. Now it's becoming something that's far bigger than that, right? And it's beautiful because, like, you look at a player like Aaron Kunda, he's African, but he's going there representing Australia.
Yeah, man, 100%. Grand call, same thing.
100%.
Yeah.
All these players are representing Australia.
Yep.
They're not representing their original backgrounds, even though some of them like they do. Which is also like fine, but like now we also have this wide, diverse roster of players that we can all call ours.
I reckon we'll be a France, man. We'll have an all-African team one day.
Maybe. We'll see about that.
I don't know if the Pauline Hansons of the world, I reckon they won't be too happy about that.
We'll see about that. We'll see if they can pass us Mbappe.
If we get an Mbappe?
Yeah, we'll get him on loan.
I reckon we'll
get enough African players. We'll get
Mbappe on loan.
All right, guys, listen. Like, Real Madrid's not going to take him. You're not going to afford him. We'll take him. We'll
take him Melbourne City, man.
Take him Melbourne City. Give him like, Melbourne City. I don't know about that. We'll give him victory. Give him like a couple of years. Give him the citizenship. Then push him up to the first team.
There's a pathway for you, Kylian. There's a pathway.
Like, listen, man, Kylian Mbappe, you're listening to this right now. Socceroos is where it's really at. A-League's really thriving right now. You know what I'm saying?
Calm down.
Calm down, 100%, bro. All the things that you can win right here, you can...
toilet seat.
Huh?
You can win a toilet seat.
Exactly. Or you can get like a wooden spoon. No other league will give you a wooden spoon, would it?
You get relegated.
You get relegated, yeah. Like, think about it. Have you ever won the A-League in your life? Not really.
Shout out Kylian.
Shout out Kylian. I've actually seen the A-League trophy.
You have?
My friend.
We got 3 of them.
All right, come on, man. That's not a competition, bro. That was so unnecessary.
Had to be done, man.
Yeah, you work at the club for a bloke like me, bro. Seen it at a kitchen table, bro. This is a real thing. I saw it like first year when I came here. I didn't even know what it was.
So we won the 3 Premier's plates, so the finishing top of the table. The plate's really cool. It's a really cool trophy. It's really nice. And then the toilet seat is you win the grand final, you get the toilet seat. But we haven't gone very well in the grand finals, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the toilet seat, I think it's awesome.
It's beautiful.
I think it's like you got to do things differently. Yeah. You know, you can't just have the same old trophies like you have in Europe. Like we got to create our own culture and dynamic around it.
It's innovative.
And you know, my old man came with me to the grand final. He's like, "Why are people holding up toilet seats?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a bit of a story." Look at the trophy. And he's like, "Oh, I get it." Like that's Australia, right? We take the piss out of everything, even our trophies. I think it's cool. I like it.
No, everyone likes a toilet seat, bro.
Yeah,
it's a monument.
Yeah,
it's a monument, definitely for sure. It's like our Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. I don't get that far, but yeah.
I mean, look, man, if they want to make a Statue of Liberty sized toilet seat, you know, that would be it.
That would be the one. They'd model on the A-League.
Plant it right in Melbourne.
At Amy Park. Perfect. Done.
That would look beautiful. I mean, we got enough ocean, don't we?
This is true.
Put it right next to St Kilda.
Yeah.
Yeah. People when they come in.
Yeah. I can have a look at it.
So there he goes. If my uncle was there, you know, if it was there when my uncle came around, he would have swam right next to it.
Yeah?
Yeah, Gadeca's boat and all that. But yeah, bro, it is very fun. But I think it is a very good time for us to wrap it up. I've taken so much out of your time. Thank you for doing this.
No worries, man.
Thank you very much, Sunil, for coming. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you, Aksan, for providing thank you, Spectrum, for providing the space. Thank you, Aksan. Thank you guys for listening. You got anything you wanna say? You wanna mention? Any messages?
No.
Any shout outs?
No shout outs, nothing, man.
Nothing.
Just thanks for having me. Been a bit of fun. Good to reminisce.
Appreciate it, bro. Where can people find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Insta. You can find me on all the platforms because I'm addicted to my phone like everyone else.
We'll find something. We'll set it up.
Done.
I'll get you on my app limiters.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, I use some of those.
Cool. Yeah, I need that. I'm not on TikTok though. I'm not young enough for that.
You're not on TikTok?
Not young enough for that.
I'm not on TikTok either.
No.
No, it's annoying.
You don't like it?
No. I
Yeah,
hate it.
I can feel that.
Yeah, because like once you pop on TikTok and then it's just screaming in your face. It's loud.
Yeah,
And you can't like unmute it.
It's for young people, man.
It is for young people. We're too old. Says the guy born in 2000.
Yeah, don't even. You don't want to know when I was born.
Anyways, man, thank you very much. Thank you
No
guys for
worries.
listening. Probably do this again. That's my hand right there.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Thanks, brother. Good chat, man.
Thank you guys. Thank you.